Just trying new things. AllBallTV, baby. Where you at, man? Who's in the mix, baby? Let me know. Might throw you in. Hold on, let's throw the link in there early, man. We throwing the link in there early, man. We live. How's your Thursday going? Mine is decent. Mine is decent. Well, I gotta lower this. You know, we gotta always promote the logo. Oh, the logo's up there. We gotta get into the Nuggets, of course. Pasha Man is at work. Understandable. Go get your money, my brother. We're gonna get into the Nuggets, of course, the Lakers, what to do with them. We got to preview the Celtics Heat. Celtics actually showed up. Oh, I didn't send out the link to the people, man. If you want to be part of the group chat, let me know. Our group chat is crazy. It's on Instagram. People like to argue. Go argue. I don't care. Let me see. Is it links, right? Boom. Oh, damn. I didn't mean to throw the link. Live, baby. Mel sent a video. Mel sent a video about Shannon Sharp. That's already null and void. What is Shannon Sharp going to tell me about life? How many of you people really like Shannon Sharp? Like, I don't try to listen to anything he says. Or Skip Bayless, all of them. Once your opinion is I got shout out to Joe Rose. They always Shannon Sharp said, like, do you remember how much of a jackass he was acting like on the sideline in the Lakers games? Being a LeBron pom-pom, the leader of the cheerleaders. That's crazy. He's mad at John Moran for what? Did he screen record this? Let me see. I'm gonna share what I'm watching because it's. I can't show it to you. Let me see. Present. Share screen. Window. Hope I'm not sharing too much. All right. Let's see. Why is it? Why is Shannon yelling like that? Yo, so he's like just the answer to Skip Bayless, right? Like Skip Bayless said something about LeBron, and he says, I guess all balls. I can't wait to play this when all balls here. He'll be on a few. Oh, this is because him and Dime Drop have been going back and forth. What's up, Turbo?
What up? What up? What's good? What's good?
I'm chilling. I'm just seeing that it was Dime Drop and Mel going back and forth with this.
Oh, they're in the group chat. I left the group chat, man. It was too damn much, man. My phone keeps beeping every damn time. 3 in the goddamn morning. I can't take this shit. It's crazy.
You left which one? The prime the big one?
Yeah. I had to get off there. It's too much for me.
I just muted.
Yeah.
I muted it and I don't even pay any mind to it because people go crazy. You know,
you can mute. You can mute it. I didn't know
you can
that.
mute anybody. Yeah, I can mute your text message.
Oh.
I got a couple people muted on my text messages, DMs, everything. Yeah,
I think when that shit be beeping every time. Oh, one person said, and they're like damn near, it's like the Wild Wild West in like damn near 10 seconds. Like everybody's responding in like 2 damn. Oh my god, damn, the fuck.
I mean, I guess it's a whole thing with they're going back and forth about LeBron, and that's just again,
gosh.
you know, everybody wants to complain about. I think that became a thing. Like, why don't we promote the Joker more or whoever it is? It's like you can't.
Yeah,
we don't want to hear that. We don't want to argue about that.
LeBron is a household name. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, he's always going to be a household name no matter what. Win or lose, he's always going to be in the headlines no matter what.
I wonder if he's how hey Rockstar man, we were just talking about you going crazy defending LeBron.
Not going crazy, just speaking facts. It's not defending LeBron. It's just appreciate greatness. Period. That's what I don't like. Whether you like the man or not, but you gotta sit there and say, yo, this nigga had 40, 10, and 9 and shot over 50%. Favorite player, you hate the nigga. You gotta respect that. He lost, you lost, but you gotta respect that. Just like the Joker, the nigga coach said it. The nigga said, yo, y'all talking about he was a fluke. He wasn't this. He wasn't that. The nigga's averaging a triple-double through 3 series. Y'all supposed to be giving this nigga his credit at this point, and y'all not.
But who doesn't give at this point is half the public giving LeBron credit and the other half going hating. That's just a matter of you being a polarizing person. I ain't got like there was nobody going for Joker like that. The Joker fan base was very small, so that's different.
And
LeBron does not.
So that's part of the problem. He said the Joker is not one of them players that he don't care about that. He don't put himself out there. You feel me? He not really marketing himself. He not on social media. He not.
And your man is. And LeBron is heavy. That's why. So that's the part. Like as a Knicks fan, when all ball says that, I don't care about all that. Like you're gonna give me smoke for being a Knicks fan, and I'm talking it's my shit. Whatever, I don't care. But you as a LeBron fan, you gotta eat that because you're riding, waving the flag every day. That's a part of it. What are you doing on this boat every day? Every time LeBron says somebody says something about LeBron, you get triggered. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Enough is enough. You
And
gotta.
I watched JJ and Gilbert Arenas was talking about it. They was like, we don't know how many more chips LeBron and Curry's going to win, right?
Okay.
And let's be real, even though they both performing at a high performance, they both was on the downside of their career.
Keith, the
Right?
tension.
So how much longer are these two going to be like the headlines, and who's going to be the next star to take that step or to carry the NBA or carry the torch?
We don't know because they went through the same thing when Mike left. So
right,
when
that's what they're saying. Like the NBA might be in trouble. Is the NBA future looking good or looking bad?
Yo, what's up, beloved? First of all, beloved, your lighting is amazing right now. I love it.
Where you at?
Except, hold on, your camera froze up. You look like fucking Blade or some shit, staring at the camera.
Like he's taking something right now. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody must have called him.
Yeah, he zoomed out of here. But the same thing happened when Jordan was leaving. That's why they started creating the whole Kobe Bryant, Harold Miner, Isaiah Ryder, Grant Hill. They were all promoted as Jordan. Even LeBron was promoted as the next Jordan. So that's a part of the reason why, because they didn't know, they were scared. But the 90s didn't have this talent pool, bro. Going back, that's why I do defend you guys when y'all say there's never been this much talent before. It's true. Like, you can't deny that. No. It's a worldwide level of talent.
Yeah.
We can't. So when y'all say, when JJ Reddick says, oh, we're going to be in trouble like that, we're like, come on, man, for real?
Nah.
Are you serious?
I think what he's saying, because they're more, I get it. They're more talented than ever and more athletic, but they don't have the fundamentals and the smartness of it.
What up, fellas?
He said that too. What up, ALLBALL? He said that too. He's like, he was like, it's crazy. The NBA is talking about the ratings about to go down and whatnot. Like, but the Denver Nuggets play beautiful basketball. What they do is exciting. People should want to see this because this is great basketball. But people would rather see, people dancing, grittying, dunking, and whatnot.
Hey,
what we talking about?
I just want to say what's up to Turbo Rockstar Mel Fabe. What's going on, y'all?
What up?
What's good, bro?
Good morning, man. Well, good afternoon over there.
In the group chat, Mel was triggered and he was going back and forth with Dime Dropper.
I seen it for a little bit. What a rage, man! I seen it.
What's good?
So
not triggered. I just like to,
of course not. Of course
have my man back.
Yeah, okay. So, but my thing was,
because y'all was having a debate the other night. Y'all was going back about the 90s and shit like that. I was like, oh my gosh, here we go again.
Right. But the thing is that's just as polarizing. But LeBron, to say that like yo, why don't LeBron get more credit? It's like, bro, when you lose, he's out there every day promoting himself, whether it's about the game. He said he might retire. Like, all that shit matters. So when he knows how to deflect attention from himself. He just be like, yo, listen, man, right or wrong, we lost. We tried our best, and just walk the fuck off the stage.
Flea he just posted something in the chat too. He said, yo, I hate the media. They was talking about like LeBron possibly going to Golden State. How's that on LeBron? LeBron not doing nothing. His season is over. The next morning, niggas are talking about, yo, he might go to Golden State, him for Draymond, blah, blah, blah. Like, he's always the thing, even when he's not doing nothing. It's not his fault, bro.
We don't know whose fault, because he plays that game. That's why I'm trying to explain to you, Mel. I'm not going to sit here and act like he's just a total victim. That's how y'all, when you're a super standard, this guy, of anyone, all of a sudden, yo, look what they're doing to my man. Can you believe this? Yeah, I could believe it. If you tell me they did that to the Joker, I'd be like, that's crazy. He doesn't get involved in these shenanigans. Or Giannis, he really don't get involved in these shenanigans. He kind of like toes the line. Steph Curry, he don't get involved with these shenanigans. But your man, that's what he does.
LA's a different life too at the same time.
Can I ask y'all a question? And I would love for y'all please to answer truthfully. If LeBron did go to Golden State, would y'all have a problem with that?
Yes.
I wouldn't like that at all. Even though I am a
that would be
I wouldn't want to see that.
That would just prove how
how much he don't have it no more and how much help he really needs.
Okay, I just want everybody to answer truthfully. How you know?
Yeah,
I'm gonna answer
So
truthfully.
whack. That would be.
I might want to see that for like
that would invalidate.
maybe like a fantasy league, like a all-star game.
Yeah, that's like that's like something.
Yeah,
that
not for no real basketball, bro. Even at any age, I would not. Even though, like, you know, LeBron brought up the point, I would love to play with Curry. Like, that would be
He's so
great.
burnt out, bro. LeBron is burnt out, bro.
That would be great for the league, but like, nah, I don't want to see that.
How would it be great for the league? That would literally
entertainment wise. I'm talking about like entertainment wise, but I'm not talking about real basketball. Like, as a basketball fan, I wouldn't want to see that. Like on some fantasy,
LeBron not a ratings draw.
Yeah.
The Warriors is a ratings draw. How would it be good for the league? LeBron putting on the Warriors, that's literally making them worse.
Nah, I'll be honest. I like AllBall. Hold on, I like AllBall's question because I don't have a
Pusher Man.
Pasha man. Yo, I don't know. He's gonna stay in the dark.
How is stats not facts?
Stats are not facts. They are numbers. Oh, I think we know what that is. Boo, two effing poser losers. Who hit Beloved with a wife beater? Beloved dipped in and out. Well, those are the responses you want me to show, Pasha man? Fabian doesn't even show the responses. There you go. All the responses, brother.
Now, we do got to do a better job of looking at the comments, though. I ain't going to front it. Sometimes we just...
It don't matter who it is, but hey, let them comment, man. Hey, man, engagement is great, man. You know, but the LeBron thing, just to go back. I'm not gonna be on here bashing him. You know that had my little fun. I just think at this point in his career, LeBron just needs to be honest with himself, and understand. And I said this, and people laughed at me. He needs a Tom Brady situation when Tom Brady first went to Tampa Bay. He needs everything to be perfect for him. I don't see nothing wrong with that as long as he's honest with himself. He can't be the best player on the team because he can't play the minutes. So, you know, him going to Golden State, the reason why I have no problem with it is because they're not going to be the favorites and they're still not going to win a championship. Because he doesn't shoot like Kevin Durant. He doesn't space the floor like Kevin Durant. So, you know, for me, I would love to see it because see, to me, sports need certain things. Like they need Miami, Denver in the championship because it shows coaching and chemistry and just hard, tough basketball can still win your championship. Just like I would love to see LeBron with Golden State because it'll also show, hey, man, as great as we all think some players are, you can't win with a superstar cast, especially at this time in his career. But listen, man, I was kind of mad how he got up on the podium and kind of like hinted at him retiring, which we know he's not going to do. He's supposed to just give all the props to the Denver Nuggets. Yo, man, they played a great series. Bye. Congratulations to them. But, you know, that's LeBron, man. You know, I don't know. People call him smart, but I don't know if that's a smart move.
He ain't showing no love. I didn't see him. He ain't showing no love. That's kind of shocking. He usually keeps it a buck.
Wait, hold on, AllBall. You said two words that just don't mix. It's like oil and water.
Yeah, I think this is.
You said LeBron and honest.
Dom, is that Dom Dropper?
Hold on.
That's Dom Dropper from the burner page right there.
Rage Red, say it again, Rage Red.
I said you said two words that just don't mix. You said LeBron and honest. Like
that's what I was just saying. He plays
lies, a liar, a big liar is a big of a liar as he is. He has to lie to himself.
Yo, Rage Man. You know LeBron personally? You be around him?
No, but I've literally,
know what that nigga be lying about,
in real time him lying.
Okay, like everybody lies, bro. Everybody, you never lied in your life.
You are what you do.
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Yo, Rage Man, don't fall for this. No, I'm sorry, bro. I gotta mute both of y'all. No, that's all good. Don't get upset. What you get upset about, Rage Man?
No, I said
don't let him do that to you. There is literal proof.
I said he's
Rage Man. I don't care. Listen to me. There is proof of like 10 minutes worth of video of LeBron lying about the damn Migos. Get LeBron the fuck out. He's a liar. That's what he does.
He's
Rage Man,
lied
don't fall for it.
He's lied multiple times.
No, he's lied about nothing.
He's lied about big things too.
So hold on, y'all saying that song is his song? What is it? The boy's a liar. Yo, man, let's get over LeBron, man. Come on, man. Let's talk about tonight's game.
Right,
this, man.
Yeah, I'm not liking the way it's going. I'm not
Me
gonna
neither.
lie.
I'm nervous.
My
You
coach used to
nervous?
always say, don't create a monster. If you better the team or you could beat the team, come out the door and show them that they can't F with you and they're not supposed to be on the floor with you.
Oh, Miami switched the line. Kyle Lowry's going to be starting tonight.
Kyle Lowry's starting, but ain't Strauss or somebody got hurt?
Strauss
Somebody
is
not
out.
right?
Vincent-
And they playing
Vincent-
at home,
Vincent
so
hurt
now
his
they
ankle.
playing
Vince,
around.
yeah.
They playing around. That's why
Vincent hurt his ankle.
Right, they playing around. I don't. And they in Boston, right? Correct.
Yep.
So they might get this one, and then you never know what'll happen in the next game, and then before you know, it's a game 7. Like you never know. Like I just
so if the Celtics win, they play Saturday.
At this point, I always go for the underdogs. I'm rooting for Miami because on paper they the underdogs. I want them to win, but if they gonna play around, I'm gonna have to switch it back up to Boston if they're gonna play around and not take care of business.
This is a must win for Boston because if they can win Game 6 in Miami and bring it back 7 in Boston, this is Boston Game 7 right here. They down 3-1. So if they could take this momentum from Game 5 and win in Miami in Game 6,
and from stories that I heard, like when in Game 3, like when they said that they didn't panic. They was like they were out golfing, having a team bonding and all of that. They was just like they don't panic for some reason. They just don't panic. I don't know why. I would panic if I'm down 3-0 and I'm playing this and I would be embarrassed.
No, I think they playing. They was. I wouldn't say they was necessarily playing desperate, but when you down 0-3, shit, that's your last game. I mean, they
mindset change,
right? So they was playing more free and shit. If they can just keep going on with that.
Well, what I said the other night, and Fabian was agreeing with me, and I think Bossman was agreeing with me. I said with Boston, they got to stop taking so many damn threes. Like they think they're Golden State. Like you down by 5. Why you coming down taking like 5-6 3-pointers in a row? Attack the basket.
I was saying the exact same thing. I was like,
have
they not learned from last year? Like Tatum,
you got people like Tatum.
You're the most athletic big dude on the court. Like you supposed to be yamming on dudes, like laying over him. Like he's supposed to tangibly, what you see. If you didn't know these guys' games, Jason Tatum is supposed to be dominating right now, and he's not doing it.
Right. I thought he was going to, like I said before, I thought he was going to show like, Jimmy can't F with me. It's a different level. Like I'm a different tier from Jimmy, but it's not that, and he's not that. So
he's playing his game.
No, can I ask y'all this? Can I ask y'all this? Because when has I got confused by this. When has Jason Tatum ever shown us this?
No,
Game 7, he just had 50. That's a history. We're doing history.
No, I mean
he's impressive.
Right. But I'm saying
50 in the Game 7 versus another playoff, another championship contention team is impressive to me. That don't happen on a regular, bro.
What I'm saying
the next series, you're supposed to come out and show you one of them.
Nah, but when has he shown he's consistently one of them? That's just who he is.
Yeah, he's never. Yeah, you're right. He's never.
Right, but I still feel like.
But still, he made it to the finals. He's supposed to learn something.
Yeah, but hold on. Let me say this real quick. So that Game 4, Boston showed that this wasn't even supposed to be a close series. Why they down 0-3, I don't know why. But this is why I'm nervous for Miami. Because if Boston can play like that tonight, because they're the much bigger, physical, better team. And if they can play like that, I think they're gonna come back and win 4 straight. Because but look how the stars align, Rage Man. Vincent gets hurt and twists his ankle.
Yeah.
Now the firepower that Kyle Lowry brings off the bench.
It's not there no more.
Exactly. So I said, Game 4, Boston showed you if they can play like that consistently, they're the much supreme team. But
man, I just got to go with
history, high.
I just got to go with the odds and the history. I can't see Boston winning 4 straight.
Yeah, I can't see that. I ain't gonna front.
No, but it's
But it's possible. I get what you're
What I'm
saying.
saying is
All-Ball.
Yeah,
tonight.
I get what you're
Right.
saying, Ball.
Jimmy
It's
Butler can have a
possible.
bad game.
There's an old saying.
Anything can happen. That's what I'm saying. Anything can happen.
Let's not get it twisted. History is made to be broken, and it's gonna. I believe it's gonna happen one of these days. I don't know when, but I believe it's gonna happen. Just like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. I said this before, and I have it on tape. I said, "Yo, AFC is gonna win a championship sometime in the future."
It might be this season, and
Never.
And to piggyback off that,
You can never say never.
One stat that I think will happen, and I think it's gonna happen next year because for a full season, because it just happened last round. I think Jokic is gonna be the first player to average a triple-double off 50, 40, 90 splits.
Very much possible.
He's gonna be the first player to do that for a whole season.
Mel, you said AFC will never win a championship. You said an AFC would never win a championship.
Not when it's 7 games. I just feel like the better team's going to win. That's some luck. That's some Cinderella NCAA. When you better, I'm a higher seed. And the NBA, I can't see that.
It can still happen though this season.
It can still happen. Shit, it almost happened in the damn West.
Almost. It's been 75 years and haven't happened once. I'm just not believing in it. My personal opinion.
I feel you.
Zach, what up, Zach?
What up, fellas?
Zach, my brother, what's up?
Hey, just a couple things. We forget that Miami was a play-in, and I'm only bringing that up because their margin of error was so slim. Not that they're not a good team, but they were a play-in for a myriad of different reasons. And now with Vincent being out, that means Lowry has to play more minutes than what he's normally used to playing. Mm-hmm. And Boston, to Mel's point, even looking out west, they still, in theory, have more talent. And now you gave them confidence and life. And I'm just hoping Miami didn't, shoot all their bullets, so to speak. But they were a playing team. And it's just hard to beat a team that's a higher seed 4 straight times. It's hard. It's real hard.
That is
so. I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think we'll ever see an 8 seed in the NBA beat a 1. Because even, let's say, hypothetically, Miami gets out this series. I'm not saying they have a chance. But in all honesty, if we strip the emotion away, they're not a better team than Denver.
Not even close.
Yo, Zach, hold on. Yo, Zach, do me a favor. Go in and out and come out of the live and then click the link again because it sounds all staticky. Thank you. What's up, beloved? With the great lighting today, man. What's going on, man? You on a Hollywood set?
No, I'm at work running the detention.
All right. How you feeling, beloved? What triggered beloved the kid on here and be like, listen, what are y'all talking about?
Nah, I may have to. I told y'all maybe my prediction is too late, but I won't be surprised at a sweep and maybe an 8-game sweep. But I told y'all I was very surprised if Miami won a game this series, and everything's starting to come back down to reality. And I agree with Mel. Mel is right. The talented team is always going to eventually win. Now it's taking them 3 games. They was down 0-3, but eventually, all those stats are gonna come down. All those hot players are gonna come back down to reality. And the reality is, Gabe Vincent, and more minutes for Kyle Lowry, it's gonna be tough. It's definitely gonna be tough for Miami. If they get this out tonight, I think Jimmy Butler may have to have 50 tonight.
Imagine a super backdoor sweep. That's a knock on Jimmy. I'm not even gonna fake it. As good as this series, that's
not a knock on him. No, it can't be a knock on him. No
way. Blowing a 3-0 lead, that is a knock.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why would that be a knock on him?
It can't be right. They the underdog anyway.
He's the underdog anyway.
You have to finish that off, bro. You got to finish that off.
How can I finish? I'm on a playing team. I have no
you
other.
You made it that far. There's no excuses.
It is. There's no excuse. You're right. All it is, I was a playing team, and I was hot, and then we cooled off, and we got swept.
That's historic. That's
what's supposed to
never happen. You got to finish that off.
I gotta agree with Ray.
Exactly what they doing is kind of historic too, man.
It's been underdogs that's never done that.
I gotta agree with Rage, man, because all this time we've been promoting Jimmy Butler as a superstar, and he's on this level. So playoff Jimmy better show up and close this out. Yo, beloved, how the hell are you doing a LeBron-like celebration of your prediction that hasn't even happened yet? That was very funny of you,
bro. They have no more Gabe Vincent. Lowry's gonna play more minutes. Everything comes back down to reality. Y'all don't want to live in reality. I'm living in reality.
Reality is it never
Ain't
happened.
no way. So you just said it never happened. Rage Man, when is the last time a 8 seed or a playing team was ever up 3-0 on a number 2 seed? You keep saying it's history. This is not history. This is pure luck. Not pure luck, not in pure luck, but like they caught Boston at a bad time. Boston had 3 bad games, and now what happened?
Okay, you saying
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If it was to
I don't
happen,
know.
Hold on, Mel. Hold on, Mel.
No, let me respond to Beloved. You saying what exact ACs? I don't know, but I do know that underdogs have been up 3-0 and closed the series. That's what I'm saying. You saying?
And I'm asking one. I'm asking you. You saying? So you mean a 5? Okay, a 5 and a 6. That's really not an underdog. I'm talking about an 8 and a 2. A 7 and a 2. You gotta show me. I don't even remember a 7 and a 2 being up on nobody like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, it's never happened. But if it was to happen, I wouldn't even be surprised. If Boston was to come back 1-4 in a row, I wouldn't even be surprised at all. Like, not wow. I wouldn't
be surprised, but still, that's crazy. That's still historic. You gotta close it out.
But listen, so you giving Jimmy? So how can you give
I'm
credit
giving
to Jimmy
the
Butler?
Celtics respect of their roster, but at the same time, you gotta. The Heat is up 3-0. Like if you lose 4 straight games, yes, you have injuries, but still, and that's a knock on Eric Spoelstra. That's a failure of adjusting. Yes, you still have to adjust. The playoffs is a war of attrition, man. You cannot use injuries for an excuse.
I'm not using injuries as an excuse.
All right, well, if he adjusts and they still lose,
that means you failed to adjust.
No, it doesn't, bro. This is the NBA, the best players in the world. Niggas could adjust and still lose, bro.
How do you adjust and still lose?
Nigga, Darvin Ham made an adjustment every single game versus Denver. You just got to chalk it up.
The adjustment wasn't successful.
Keith, are you using the phone?
No, you don't know basketball then, bro.
Hold on, y'all. Rage and Mel. Hold on. Rage and Mel. Let Beloved go ahead, finish his. Go ahead,
Beloved.
What I'm saying is, I'm responding to the Jimmy Butler point. You can't give Jimmy Butler all his credit, saying he's carrying a bunch of G League guys to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then say now it's Jimmy Butler's fault.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
You're not letting me
Rage.
brother.
Let him finish, bro.
All right, go ahead.
Then you can't turn around in the next sentence and say, it's Jimmy Butler's fault because he's not finishing the job. I thought it was Jimmy Butler and the G League guys, but now when he loses, it's only Jimmy Butler. It can't go both ways. This team should. I'm not talking about only you. A lot of people. I'm not talking. But what I'm saying is, you cannot talk. You can't say the same thing. Listen, Jimmy Butler carried them. That team and Jimmy Butler had a great run. Now it's reality. You're not better. You're a playing team. They're gonna start playing like a playing team. They're gonna lose to the number 2 seed. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. Let me ask you this question though. Because of all this situation, I'm just using what you're saying, the facts. Should the Heat just lay down and die?
No, they should. They're not going to lay down. They're going to try their hardest, but their hardest is an 8 seed playing team. That's their hardest. That's their window. That's their floor. They were playing above their window.
But there is no floor for the playing team because they just raised it. They literally just raised it. They beat the first seed. They beat the 5th seed.
I just said they raised it and they played above their floor, but now it's back to reality. Basketball is a numbers game.
They still up 3-1 though. What you mean?
Okay, and then we'll see. Then to tomorrow when we back on this, you know what you're gonna say? You're still up 3-2. Then you're gonna say it's tied 3-3.
We'll see.
Then you're gonna make up a whole new point. Trust me.
No. And to respond to that, I'm glad you just reminded me what I was gonna say. Man, Heavy is the head that wears the crown, man. You took him this far, you gotta finish it. No excuses. He get all the credit. If you lose, you get the blame.
Right. But what I'm saying though, you can't discredit everything.
I'm not discrediting.
Even if he lose, right? Even if they don't lose no game, this still been a historical performance by Jimmy Butler. So you can't just say like, yo, he wasn't shit no more. He wasn't
Doesn't it depend on how he loses? Like if he loses balling out and just carry the Heat into a what?
It's how you right. You said it's
you right.
Yeah, like if he loses tonight, let's say if he loses the series but he carries the Heat, and all games are close because of Jimmy, and the Heat just doesn't make shots, and the talent disparity shows up. Like, you can't say that's his fault. Like, the only reason why the Heat made it this far is, of course, it's because Jimmy and Spoelstra, because they are an amazing coach and an amazing player, but they're shooting like 50% from three in this series.
60,
Like
60, 60%.
Right.
Yeah,
It's hard to maintain that.
If they stop hitting shots, like, there's no Jimmy Butler in the world that compensates for it. I'm Brazilian. How would it not have an accent?
I'm not. I'm just. I see. I completely understand what you're saying, but
can't hear you, Fab.
With responsibility come accountability, man. You play to win. You play to win. You play to win. You up 3-0. You have to finish it.
I agree. The Heat will have to go back to the drawing board because remember, they were a shot away last year from Jimmy Butler, and I think he missed the game in the conference finals. And if they don't win this year after being up 3-0, you got to go back, and it's gonna hurt. I think if you up 3-0, no matter what, you can't. This ain't gonna be a Giannis speech. Pat Riley ain't giving you no Giannis speech. He's gonna say this shit was a failure. He ain't playing them games.
Yeah, let me get in this little combo real quick. Like I said, I put in my story at Jimmy Butler. Do not have us out here looking crazy. Like, we vouch for you. So listen, man. I respect everybody's opinion, but you cannot be up 3-0. And what Beloved said, I agree. I agree with what everybody said. But let's not forget, last year they was a number 1 seed. So them being a playing in the 8th seed, to me, that's kind of like Jekyll and Hyde. I don't think that. Yeah, right. But I would be surprised if they lose 4-0. Like, to be up 3-0, playing how they've been playing. I would be surprised, but I'm gonna just say this.
Can I ask you a question, AllBall, when you finish?
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead.
All right, yeah, but so yeah, just real quick. Sometimes the stars align for people, and now Vincent is hurt, so it's looking like it's shaping up that way. Go ahead, Beloved. What you want to ask?
So this is my question. So we already down. So they up 3-0. You're saying they're not a typical A seed and everything like that. So if the comeback is complete and Boston wins the series, right? Are we hopping back on Jaylen Brown and Tatum as superstars? Or we're going to say now they still not super. Let me finish the question. Or we're going to say, oh, they still not superstars because they beat an A seed. Or can I say, well, now they proved that they made a historic comeback. They were down 3-0. So when I say they were down 3-0, no one can say, well, they're not the typical A seed because you just said they're not a typical A seed. But now you're saying they so when you say that, when I come back with Tatum and Brown had an awesome last game, you can't say, well, they're supposed to beat Miami. Remember this. Remember these comments now.
Okay. Right. No, hold on, Rage, man.
I got you.
Hold on, Rage. Cause Rage, because he asked me. Hold on, I'll let you respond. I'm gonna just be quick. If they do lose, for one, I never said Jaylen Brown was a superstar, but I still say Tatum is a superstar. I never stripped his superstardom. But you would be correct. If they lose, you get all the kudos because you're the only one up here saying what you're saying. But I'm not going to jump on the Boston Celtics bandwagon. I will not do that. But I still think Jason Tatum is a superstar. I never said he wasn't. But yeah, I mean, it'll just be kudos to you for like saying what you've been saying. And you've been saying it all series. So definitely, Beloved, you've been keeping it real the whole time with what you've been saying. So you definitely get all the props in the world if they pull us off because you've been saying that.
Yo, hold on. I got to respond to the comments. I don't have a humidifier. What it is my screen is so crazy cracked that I don't wear cases on my phone. I never had a case on my phone. So I can't do that.
Beloved, don't even respond to that, man. You know people is stupid.
Yo, hold on. But this is your biggest fan, AllBall. He's saying AllBall not showing his face. Pasha man, because it's not. I hope it might be a man. I don't know. He said AllBall's not showing his face.
Tell him I show my face in a little bit.
He said, "Where the man at?" Why AllBall not showing his face? This guy, I don't know. You have a number one fan over here. He doesn't like Beloved's screen.
Big shout out to him. I'll show my face in a minute.
So Rage, what do you want to say, Rage? Because you were
I didn't.
Beloved.
I was just gonna tell Beloved, I ain't gonna switch up if they, like I said, if they blow it, they blow it. They should have finished it.
No, I wasn't saying that anybody switching up. I want to know what's the narrative is going to be with Jaylen Brown and
the narrative for me gonna be is they
took y'all
showed
so
that
long?
they can make the finals again, but they still not a championship team. They gonna lose to the Nuggets.
Oh, yeah, I feel the same way. I've been on the Nuggets the whole season since I've been on here. I've been telling y'all. I think that if Boston makes it, I think they lose 4-2. I give Boston 2 games. That's
They
about
may
it.
get swept for real, considering it's 7.
I think it's what you
I don't
said,
think the
beloved.
Nuggets sweep the Celtics.
You don't think the Nuggets sweep the Celtics?
No, I mean the Celtics. The thing is, the Celtics they have the wings to keep any series competitive. In my opinion, I don't think they're gonna get back in the heat to like they're gonna win this series at all. I disagree with Beloved. I think I don't trust their ability to generate good offense game after game against a team as disciplined and as well coached as the Heat. So yeah,
that's what I feel. I think first of all, going back to your point, beloved, I think it just confirms everything about the Tatum and Brown pairing. Like they're inconsistent.
Ladies and gentlemen, have a good day. See y'all tomorrow.
Oh, we gotta for me, because Tatum is just up and down. He leads them or misleads them. And Brown, that mix, maybe it's not as great as we seem. And also to play the Nuggets, they're gonna play a Nuggets team who can put the nail in the coffin. The Atlanta Hawks, remember the Bulls had a problem with. They had a problem with Philly. It went 7 games. If they come back, they have to go 7 games against the Heat, which they should have beaten in 4 or 5, according to Beloved and plenty of people. But the Nuggets ain't playing them kind of games. They'll take Boston out of their misery.
But can I say something real quick? If Boston makes it to the finals, I don't think y'all giving Boston enough credit. I think talent-wise, I think they match up great with Denver. The only mismatch
is
Joker. The only mismatch is Joker. Like, I don't see how y'all just saying Denver is going to maybe sweep them or they get 2 games. I think Boston has an opportunity to win that series depending on how good the coach is going to coach because they have the talent. They have just as much talent as Denver. So I don't see the mismatch that y'all are talking about.
I kind of agree with you saying.
I agree with you saying, but you're missing the point. You said they have the talent, but they had the talent, but this series is showing, and last year with the Warriors showed it. They don't got the IQ. They still don't got the IQ. They still turning over the ball like they do. They still shooting unnecessary threes when they have the size to take it to the paint. And they don't have the heart like the Nuggets do. That's why I say they can get swept.
I feel like they have the talent, and the matchup might be, they might be able to compete with the Nuggets if they play at a high level. But the thing is, history's shown these guys been inconsistent, and you can't be inconsistent against the Nuggets at all.
And the number, Mel, the X factor, which I think AllBall sprinkled in there, but he just over hurdled it somehow. The coach is a checkmate. Malone is better than Mazzulla's ever shown so far in these playoffs. Yeah. He's more experienced than Ime Udoka if he would have been there. Mike Malone's being overlooked as well. It's not just Joker. You got a duo with Joker and Murray that nobody was talking about before the playoffs. And now we always overlook Mike Malone as a coach.
Hey, can I slide in real quick?
He clears Mazzulla.
Can I slide in real quick?
Hey, pause.
Three pause. Yeah. Three coaches in this playoffs overachieved in some ways. Spoelstra, Mike Brown, and Malone. What's the common denominator? They've all been coaches of LeBron James. So I don't want to hear that he is.
That's a reach. What
coach.
A reach! That is the yo.
That's not a reach. That's not a reach.
Yo, Mel,
that's not a reach.
Reaching foul on Ray's man. Boy, stay here.
That's not.
Bro, this is what the men do. I'm used to it at this point.
That's a fact.
First of all, you said let me slide.
When did Malone coach LeBron?
This is a family show. Malone coached LeBron like his rookie year or his second year in the league. He was the assistant of LeBron. Number one is Ray's man. This is a family show. Okay, there's no sliding it anywhere. This is a family show. Number two is the reach. Y'all, what?
That's not a reach,
bro. He's gone. Wait,
Spo. Wait. Hold on, beloved. Did Spo just not make a finals and he one game away from making another finals without LeBron?
He's gone.
Exactly. You making my point.
Bro. No, I'm saying the subject matter, no subject matter right now should talk about LeBron until the finals is over. I think that should be a rule.
No, not really.
Why?
Because
Why should it be a relevant conversation?
He's not the GOAT.
He's
not this. He's not that. Why niggas still talk about him every single day?
Because the narrative still
persists
that he has had bad coaches in his career. He just
Darvin
Ham just made a conference finals his first year.
Maybe I understand your point.
LeBron had David Black made a finals his first year.
I don't understand your point though.
No, we'll have all the off season to talk about LeBron's legacy. Please, let's stop.
Hold on. But Rage Man, what's your point?
I just wanted to interject
to hate on LeBron. I was trying to figure out whether you would hate on him or giving him props. I couldn't even figure that one out.
No,
Did he teach
I'm
these
really
coaches?
giving him props. I'm really to the LeBron fans. I'm hating, but in reality, I'm giving him props and saying he's never had bad coaches.
He's never had bad coaches. We don't know if they bad or not, if they never coached again after. If you take us to the finals and don't coach the next year, we don't know if you're good or bad.
Tyronn Lue made the finals his first year as coach.
Right,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hold on. Mel, don't get you got triggered again. I don't like get like all was beloved all ball. We shouldn't talk about we left LeBron 26 minutes.
Rookie coaches.
We left the LeBron topic 26 minutes ago and Rage Man thinks he's slick trying to pull it back up. Yeah,
that was just a little factoid. I just wanted to drop. I didn't want to make it to no big thing.
It was horrible. It was just horrible. So okay, so the Nuggets. What the hell was the point anyway? Oh, I wanted to get back to whether Boston would be a inconsistent or a fraud team if they beat the Heat, because we didn't talk about OKC like that. Okay, I mean, I'm going to say like that.
Fraud. You can't say you can say inconsistent. You can't say fraud because it would be something historical. You can say inconsistent for sure because you're down 3-0. You shouldn't even be there, and then you switch you turn the switch on, which means you have the ability. That shouldn't even been the scenario. You feel me? So you could definitely say inconsistent, but if you do something that's never been done in the 75 years of the NBA, can't say fraud. Even if they get to the chip and lose and go out bad, you still done did something historical.
Hey, fellas,
if it takes you,
if they go to the finals and lose, I think they got to blow that up. Still, you should never been down 0-3, then you lose in the finals.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They got to blow that up.
If it takes you an 0-3 comeback to beat a team that's so under-talented, you are kind of a fraud. Like, the Celtics are so much more talented than the Heat. It should never be this way. Like, it should never taken this. And that's why I don't trust the Celtics. Like, imagine if they play like they played against the Heat, and they have Nikola Jokic on the other side of the court, and Jamal Murray and Michael Porter. Like, it wouldn't be even funny. It would be a bloodbath if they were playing Denver.
Which can very much happen. But once again, you have a rookie coach, so you got room to improve. This is his first year. He's not a vet that's done failed 15 times in the playoffs like Doc. No, he's a rookie.
Mel, I don't think Mazzulla coming back after this. He done said multiple times during this run that he didn't lost the team. Like, that's grounds.
Oh yeah, that's bad when you say that.
So nah, I mean, but
no, if you say you lose the team, like that's grounds for firing. Like, how do you come back from that?
But we also live in an era where who knows what any coach said 30 years ago and never broke this down.
He just said it.
Hold on. Hey, Rage, hold on. What, you know how you come back from that? You come back from 3-0, and then you win the championship. That's how you come back from that.
Yeah. That's highly unlikely, though, man.
No, it's not. See, but all right, let me ask y'all a question. This one I'm not understanding. Denver doesn't have no championship experience. So when we talk about experience, how are we just not giving Boston no type of shot? For one, I really think Boston matches up great with them. I'm being honest. Smart can slow down Murray. And then who's going to stop? You got Tatum and Brown, Porter Jr. We already know inconsistent. He does nothing but shoot threes. Bruce Brown can't guard neither one of them. He too little. So like I said, man,
Brogdon off the bench.
Aaron Gordon would have to try to guard one of them. That's going
to Yo, Brogdon. They said Brogdon tore his arms on something in his arm.
He playing though. I think he playing.
Okay.
And Boston doesn't have the thing that gives the Nuggets more trouble, which is somebody that can attack Jokic out of pick and roll. Like that's the worst nightmare for Denver. And Boston doesn't have anyone. Like so that's why I don't think What?
But what about that? That's a great point. But let me respond to that. Why Al Horford can't be that person, pick and roll, pick and pop. He can stretch the floor. He can knock down the three. He can hit the short mid range.
But the thing, but Jokic plays drop. Like
Right.
picking pop against a player, against a guy that plays drop doesn't work that well. Because
And
he can play a high drop and then the pick and pop is over. There's no pick and pop. So
Right.
and do you trust? Do you, like, if the series comes down to Jason Tatum attacking Jokic 1-on-1 or off the screen, do you trust him to be consistent every game? Like, I don't. And on the other hand, you have the best offensive player in the league by far, and Jokic is an offense by himself. And the Celtics, like, it will happen the same thing that happened against the Lakers. They would put Rob Williams on him, and he would tore up Rob Williams, and then they have to put Horford on him and Rob Williams on the help, and then it's over. Like, the series, I just don't see it.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
I
a great
agree with
point.
you saying, like, talent, they can win just off talent, but if they winning just off talent, Jason Tatum got to average 30 plus, and
That's
Jaylen
possible.
Brown got to average like 24 points. Like, that's
but
the only way
But
they're
that's
going to
possible.
win.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. For one, that's very possible. So let's not act like that's impossible. And for two, I'm being honest. I'm putting Al Horford is going to have, like, the Williams kid. His limits will be limited. Al Horford going to have to step up because he can actually shoot. So Joker going to have to guard him. I'm sorry. And I think that's where Boston, if the coach is smart, that's how you trick Denver up.
I feel like that won't even work because they was
The problem with
Jokic was
the problem
even letting AD shoot. Like, he was letting, like, you feel me? That like I agree with Bernardo said. You gotta attack Jokic. You sitting there and you hitting a couple of jump shots. That's not gonna beat Denver, bro. You gotta attack him, get him in foul trouble. You feel me? You gotta do that. All the other stuff is not gonna work. And then Al Horford might be able to do that, but he not giving you 20 and 10. He not giving you no big numbers.
if the series comes down to Al Horford hitting jumpers over, like, late closeouts, Denver will be happy about it. Denver will
I'm
take
living
it.
with that too as a coach. I'm living with that.
And shout out Smiles for Cupcake, aka Smiles Moran out here, baby. I think Denver will be a tough matchup for either team. It's a problem for Miami. And
No,
I don't know why anybody.
Boston will give I think Boston will give them a better fight than Boston from a talent wise.
And I think Miami will give them a better shot at just being more consistent and going hard. I think Jimmy Butler is too tired, but I think Boston, they have all the talent in the world. But okay, we've seen them again. They had trouble with Atlanta.
Yeah,
they had trouble with Philly. Embiid, the fake MVP himself. Joker is motivated. Jamal Murray is motivated. The Celtics do not do well. All they got is a team motivated that are all undrafted. Now you're dealing with two stars who are motivated. I don't see that. I'll give the Celtics one game against the Nuggets. One.
Like, and the thing about Miami though is that they have the guy that can attack offense and the guy that can bother Jokic. So that's why I give Miami more of a shot against Denver than the Celtics, because they have Butler and they have Adebayo. Those are pretty much the two best matchups you can have to attack Jokic on offense and to defend Jokic on defense. And that's my thing.
Shout out Smiles. She said I was a connoisseur. Oh, yo, Pasha, man, what are you doing in the comments asking Smiles for cupcakes if she's a cupcake connoisseur? Get out of here, you weirdo. This guy really loves you, AllBall. He said AllBall is king.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, if the Celtics do win, I'm hanging this up on the wall.
What are you doing with a Tatum jersey?
He's from the hometown.
He's from the hometown, man. I had to buy it, so you know.
Oh, he's from St. Louis?
Yeah.
Him and Bradley Bill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking, beloved? So the Celtics can get past Miami. How
and
many
Larry
games?
Hughes too. Larry Hughes.
Yeah.
Do they beat the Nuggets?
What's my prediction of the series if they get by?
Yeah.
4-2, Denver.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're not giving them a game. You said they only win in one game.
They won in one game.
I think they're getting swept still, just off IQ. I really gained respect for Jokic with this run. I was really gonna get on his head if he didn't make the finals this season. We gotta give respect off his IQ, man. His IQ compared to Tatum and Brown, it's
Here's the thing, and this was what makes the Nuggets so dangerous. Like Jokic can have a bad game and Denver could still win.
Yeah.
Go ahead, beloved.
He can make.
Hold on, Rage man. Hold on.
Yeah,
go ahead, beloved. He's outside.
To Rage Man's point, I understand what you're saying, but remember, it's still a series. It's not a one-on-one matchup. It's still a series. So we all understand Joker's right now the best player in the playoffs by far. There's no even debate that. What I'm saying is we watch enough basketball and we watching a series right now. It's still a finals games. The role players are going to play good, and the role players I think will win game. I think game 3 Boston wins. I think Boston goes back to Boston down 2-0. I'll tell you that. I think they go back down 2-0. But I think the role players start playing. Derek White has 6 threes or some dumb shit like that and something like that. So that's why I'm giving them 2 games. If they win one game, if they win one and they lose 4-1, I still won't be so shocked. But if they win more than 2 games, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, that would be a run. But so if let's say they do go 6 or 7, what is going to be that piece to take them over the top? They just went 6 last year. Is it a piece or is it something wrong with the team? Is it?
No, I think babe, you want to answer first?
Is it a piece that can take them over the top, or is it's just not going to work? It's just not going. They're just not going to win.
It's not about a piece taking them over the top. They're just facing better teams, and they're getting unlucky.
So they should just keep going.
I agree.
I will keep the I've been saying it the whole time. I'll keep the same wing. You're not gonna get dominant wings like that every day. I don't think it's a piece. They're just losing to a better team. They lost to Golden State. Golden State is a finals veteran team. They won. That's their 4th ring. You think you want to go? You think you was going to go in their first year finals team and beat Golden State? No, you're not. Golden State was the last time they were all fully healthy. Think about that. They faced the last time Golden State was fully healthy. There's no Klay Thompson.
Good point.
90s knees. They faced the last Golden State healthy team, and now they about to face a 2-time back-to-back MVP.
Dude.
Pasha man, they hating because they ain't got nobody rocking with them.
Now, who is this?
Yeah. Pasha man, what up? Yeah, what up? Rage man, hating Pasha man. What up? I'm just playing with y'all. Hey, beloved man, you make a great point, man. But the point you just made.
Yo, boy, I might block that dude, man. What's going on?
Nah, why y'all blocking my guy? Don't do that. Yo, man, come on, man. I got my partner hating too. Like they getting jealous, man. Come on, man.
I'm a little bit jealous. I'm a little envious.
But beloved make a great point. I just think I think Boston is better than what y'all giving them if they make the finals. They are gonna bring that experience. Of course.
You got a phone call. They're gonna bring the experience. And Denver's been losing to number 1 team.
You just made a good point. Yeah, you made it like what you just said with Celtics winning against Golden State. It's the same case for the Boston with the Nuggets. They do have finals experience. So you and AllBall make good points with that.
Remember, the Nuggets been losing to who? Phoenix. They went to the chip. They lost to Golden State.
They lost to Golden State.
And they lost to the Lakers.
Yeah.
All through all the finals, they made it to the finals. So they got experience too, man.
Yeah, my fault, y'all.
Not really, because up to this point, they was getting knocked out around early since the bubble. They got knocked out I think it was the 2nd round in 2021. And they got swept by Phoenix. And then 2022 lost in the 1st round in 5 games.
Oh, look who it is. Dom Driveway. You took a break from work?
Hey, what up, Dom?
What's up, AllBall?
Hey, beloved, let me ask you a quick question. If Boston make it to the finals, and they lose 4-2, do you make any changes or do you keep the same call and run it back?
I'll just I'll make sure that I make sure I give Jaylen Brown a fair contract, so I don't have that looming over the next season, and I bring in I may run it. Damn, because you got to start off another 3 years. I think I'm gonna bring in a new coach. I think it's time for a whole new regime. Like, it's too much leftover Udoka, too much leftover ideals.
Brad
I gotta bring in somebody
Stevens.
else.
Yeah.
I gotta bring in somebody else. To put their own stamp. All right, so how you gonna work with these two wings? But I'm not making no major changes. I can't really complain, bro. I got 2 All-Stars and I got the 6th man of the year.
You know what I see? You know what I see the Celtics as? I see the
They're just
Celtics
not playing good.
I see the Celtics as a more successful, but you can compare them to the LA Clippers. They like a more successful LA Clippers.
More healthy?
Yeah, more healthy, successful LA Clippers.
Yeah, I'm not just trading anybody.
No. But hold on, y'all. Hold on. No, but beloved, I wasn't asking trade. I was just asking your opinion. But I disagree with them being Clippers because the Clippers ain't been to the finals, and the Clippers only been to the Western Conference Finals once.
I'm saying they what the Clippers should be with the wings with Jaylen Brown and Tatum. That's what.
Okay. All right. If you say that's what they should be, I agree. But I'm not going to say, because like I said, the Clippers haven't been to the finals yet. But I still stick with my theory that if they don't win the championship, you got to make some changes. You can't keep getting there. You can't keep
this
getting
wall, man. There's 1-2 game wall because that's right there. That's mental right there. You always losing the chip by 1 or 2 games. That's mental. You got to make some change.
But that's why I don't blow it up. Look how many elite teams or teams supposed to make it there and don't make it there every year. To make it there every day, it means a little something, bro. You just got to get over the hump. You got to figure it out. A piece, a coach, a something. I'm not just blowing that up, bro.
Yeah, but so I think blow it up is the wrong word because I like AllBall's analogy the other day. Toronto Raptors were missing something, and they traded DeRozan and they upgraded with Kawhi, even if it was for 1 year. The Celtics, their history, their fans, they go crazy.
Can I respond to that real quick?
I think Jaylen Brown is the guy you trade. Go ahead, beloved.
I'm gonna respond to that. Everyone's saying don't blow it up, just bring in a piece. They brought a piece in, and he won 6th man of the year. What more? So y'all want the defensive player of the year? It's not. They're not losing. There's nothing wrong. Listen, I'm not saying that. I don't win. They brought in the piece, and he won 6th man of the year.
I'm siding with
the world don't work like that, y'all. The world don't work like that. That's only LeBron's world that you can keep bringing in an all-star or a Hall of Famer. That don't happen. Every team can't do that. They're making great moves. That they brought a piece in. They thought they needed a point guard. They brought the point guard in. They were a number 2 seed, and that point guard won 6th man of the year.
You know who did everything we was talking about? Like kept their call, added a few pieces, didn't change their coat. The Denver Nuggets, and they about to win a chip. They've been close to their every year. Ain't get there. Niggas was hurt. This, that happened. Underachieving the playoffs, and now they there.
Yeah, but I think I got to push back on that because the Nuggets weren't healthy, and they lost to the eventual champion. So they weren't healthy. Jamal Murray, that's all we've ever said the last couple of years. That's us been said is Jamal Murray has not been healthy. He's fully healthy this year. He recovered from the ACL or whatever it was that takes a year to recover. So I disagree with that.
Just saying, yo, he's trash.
So wait.
Hold on. But it's not about him being trash or not. It's the fact that now we're seeing it come to fruition. The Celtics, something is missing, and they're all healthy. There's no excuse for it.
Hold on.
Are you saying
fruition? Hold on, Mel. Raise man, 1 second. Fade, my fault, Raise man. Yo, so fruition is not making 4 Eastern Conference Finals and 2 NBA Finals. What is that? What do you call that?
It definitely is because the Raptors were doing the same thing. All I'm saying is you don't have to replace Jaylen Brown with another Hall of Famer. You could this free agency is crazy. You could add 2 or 3 pieces if you want around Tatum.
When you say that. I disagree when you say that. To me, this free agency is not crazy. There's a bunch of mediocre players that couldn't be the number 2, and now they're in free agency. Middleton can't be the number 2, can't stay healthy. Brook Lopez, a good serviceable big man. So Brook Lopez going to another
Brook
team
Lopez
is
arguably
not
a Hall of
is-
Famer. I ain't even gonna fake it.
Yeah, listen. Brook Lopez going to another team is not bringing them a championship. You know why? Because if I tell you, let me tell you why. If I tell you if Brook Lopez never played for the Bucks, right? And the Bucks had the same success, and I tell you, yo, Brook Lopez is going there, you're gonna say, oh, that's it. That's the piece they missing. No, that's not.
No,
Free agency
We
is
can't
crazy.
say that. We can't say that. We
that's
talking
not
about
what I'm saying.
You can't erase his Bucks run. You can't
No,
erase
That's
his
not what I'm
Bucks.
saying.
I'm not erasing it, but I'm pushing back on Fabian saying this draft free agency class is crazy. I don't see nobody in free agency going to a team and pushing them over the hump to a championship. Okay, Fred VanVleet, I don't see him going to the Celtics because it's still one basketball, y'all.
He too
How many
small,
shots
man.
you want?
Yeah,
I
1,000%.
don't see.
But beloved, again, I'm not
start.
I'm not going with just one piece solves the riddle. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I've never liked Boston on offense anyway, and they keep having to make up for it on defense, and they can't do that this year. They lost a lot somewhere defensively. So Adam Brook Lopez, I'm not saying that's going to bring them to the championship, but it's Brook Lopez. You forgetting about Nas Reed is out there, and your man that you suggested yesterday. Now you can fit Mike Conley. Now we got something else going on. I don't see how that's not an upgrade in my opinion. Because Jaylen Brown is so up and down.
Free agency. That's a sleeper. I keep saying it.
Who?
Porzingis.
Yeah, but he got to be a massive role player. It ain't gonna be it'll be a surprise if he
that's what I'm saying.
Somebody up.
Him being like a 6-man, him being like a 6-man or a backup center, that's a win for any team.
Yeah. So you just think they just need another season, few seasons, and for some experience, beloved?
It's not about experience. It's about like right now, right? If they fully healthy going and playing Denver, you really got to like if they lose at Denver, there's no excuse. There's no criticism. It's just like you're losing to another team. I think that's the only knock. So to me, that would be a knock on them because like Denver's fully healthy. You got a superstar, so-called superstar. They got a so-called superstar. You lose to them, that's your finals loss. But to me, like who they've been losing to like Golden State and to the eventual champion, they've been losing to championship teams. This go round, I would say, all right, listen, this is our finals loss. We're gonna run this back. We're gonna bring 1-2 pieces. We're gonna give this thing another 2 years. If this don't work, one of y'all gotta go. But you make it. How about let me ask you a question. How about they make 3 more finals, right? So they've been to 2 already, right? This is their third, right? Say they lose this finals, and then next year and the year after that, they go finals again and Eastern Conference Finals, right? Then I understand you break it up when that's the hump. But I don't think the hump is there yet. Because you know why? They drafted great, and they have two good elite wings. So I think we just got to be more patient. Y'all just want I understand what basketball been the last 15 years, but that's not for everybody.
I agree with what you're saying. I'm leaning towards that.
99% of the league can't do that. You know why I can prove that to you? KD been trying to do what LeBron did for the last 5 years, and he was successful one time, and he left, and he thought he could do it again, and he was wrong. If KD stays in Golden State and shuts up,
he would have won 5 chips by now.
They would have won 4 straight chips. But see, everyone's trying to recreate the same thing you think you can do, and you can't do that, y'all. One man can do that, and he's done it at a high level, and he's done it, and now he can't do it no more.
KD with Golden State was better than Miami. I think KD did it way better. LeBron did it first, but KD did it the best.
I'm not saying who did it better, Raymond. My point. That's not.
No, I know. I know that's not the point. I know. I was just saying that.
So my point is, y'all, listen. You gotta be patient. That's what it is. One person did it. Everybody else been trying to do it. Harden been trying to do it. Giannis is about to go on his little run, probably doing it. KD tried to do it. You can't do it. Don't work like that for everybody. If I was Boston, I won't try to take that. Don't try to replicate nothing like that. You have a good call. You're going to finals or Eastern Conference Finals. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Eventually, you'll get over the hump. If you don't, say, listen, we had a good run. Now it's time to break it up. But do your due diligence. Don't just do shit to do shit. Don't do like what this society and NBA basketball has been doing the last 15 years. Don't do it. When you lose one of them, when you lose one of them, you're gonna be sick. But if that other person you think is a superstar comes in there and they get hurt like Kawhi and can't give you 20 games or Zion Williams, you're gonna be super sick.
Yeah.
So,
Or
but you
just don't work. You just don't even make the conference no more. That can happen too.
Exactly.
so you're coming from, but you're also coming from the standpoint, beloved, that everybody wants to be there. Again, like it wasn't like old boy was saying it before with the body language, and then we seen confirmation in some reports of people saying that. But there is also the fact of Jaylen Brown, he wasn't feeling the Ime Udoka thing. He is the president of basketball operations. He does represent the players like that. So it is an opportunity for him to be like, yo, I ain't staying here. And if that is any grumblings of that, that has to be a factor. Like, yo, if Boston sees him saying, I might be out of here, I got my own player option. They have to weigh in the fact that he's owed what 40-50 million potentially, all NBA player in the contract. Now, what do you think does that have any merit to it?
I said that 3 nights ago. I said, and I asked Bossman Mel was there. I said, you keep them until 2 things happen. One of them says they want to leave, or you see injuries happening at a high rate. So if he want to stand on the whatever social issue he said, if this was a white coach, you wouldn't have done that. If there's a rumbling of that and you think he about to break out, hell yeah, you trade him. And hell yeah, you trade him for whatever you want as a team, whatever's gonna benefit you, and let him die wherever he goes. I'm not doing none of that. I'm acting like I don't even know he's upset. I'm making him happy. I'm giving him a fair market offer. I'm gonna tell him, my nigga, I'm not giving you 295. 250, 260, we can talk. But I'm not giving you 295. Now, if you on that 295 hill and that's your number, then I gotta do what we gotta do. But all that other stuff like rumblings, yes. I'm not. Listen, I don't think. Listen,
who you gonna get after that though?
Hold on.
Huh? Yeah, have a great team already.
I'm not. But see, this is what I'm saying. When I sign those 2 again, I'm not looking for another $100 million player. I'm replacing them with good 40, 50, $60 million player, or a veteran that's on his last contract that I think that can take me off. Maybe two role players and a veteran, 2 role players and a veteran that can take me over the hill. But just don't do shit just to do shit. Do your due diligence.
No, I agree.
And I said that before. I've been saying it all week, Rage Man. I don't know if you've been on. I don't trade them for anything, and you got to give me great. Some players I would trade if you talk to me right. Like if you giving me 2 draft picks, and I know if I know Jaylen Brown wants to leave, if you give me 2 draft picks and marketing,
nice role player,
marketing, I would do that. Young, I know he's available, things like that. I'm not looking at no Harden. I'm not looking at no old ass Chris Paul. I'm not looking at none of them niggas that sit on the couch every April and May. Listen, let me be quiet now. My last opinion is you run this shit to the wheels fall off. That's it.
I agree with that. I'm leaning towards that. Because
if you was a Knicks fan,
that's what I kind of Don may disagree.
I would go Fabian. If I was a Knicks fan, I would happily lose 12 finals in a row. I would sit there and be a cheering ass 12 finals lost nigga.
Dom, you might disagree. I think the Clippers should do the same thing. Honestly, I think they should ride it till the wheels fall off. Because after Kawhi, like, how better are you gonna get? Like, you got a superstar. They can get pieces around Kawhi. That's going to attract people to get there. Just having Kawhi there.
Yeah, you quiet, Dom. What's going on?
He doesn't play
because he's hurt, Dom. He has a knee issue.
That availability.
He's always been that way, though. That's always been Kawhi.
He played 60 games for Toronto, and he lasted a whole playoff.
I don't want the Clippers going back to winning 30 games, though.
Hey, man, if it means I'm having fun as a fan again, I'll take it. I don't have fun anymore. The only person that gets screwed are the fans every year with our expectations, and they load manage and don't tell us shit.
I agree. I'm torn with the Clippers, though, man. I don't want them to blow it up.
I had more fun when we had Lou Williams, Montrez,
that was fun.
Young SGA. Whenever we have expectations, we fall flat on our face because we always have injury-prone players. Kawhi is the first player on our team ever that can lead a team to a chip. To me, he can. He's that good, but he's just always injured, man. It sucks.
So that's the beloved's point.
We're betting on his health every single year. That's my whole season as a fan. All the work I put in. I stay up to 3 a.m. covering the team. I have to do 5 episodes a week, and then I'm doing my own platform. And I do that, and I go to all these games, and I do that because I love the team. But our whole season comes down to the health of this one guy with bad knees. It's too much for me.
I feel
it's
you.
Not right. But here's the thing: we gave him this chance, and you know what? They're gonna give him next year. but next year is the last straw.
Right. He can walk after next year, right?
There's also
both of them can walk after next year, right?
Yeah, I just don't think Kawhi, like, does he want to go elsewhere? From
Yeah,
LA?
where is he gonna go? Like, he wants
everything
to
he wants.
Kawhi, I think he's going to retire in LA for sure.
He's got everything he wants here.
Yeah.
And then there's the Paul George thing, you know. Oh,
Hey man, you know you my favorite dime, man. What up?
am I the only dime? I better be the only one.
Oh man, you're
Other dimes, you know?
Yo, gentlemen, this is a family show. Gentlemen, this is a family show.
Dimes all over the place. We need some.
Oh man.
Oh Lord.
So, but that's the beloved's point, because, and what I always say, Dom, I say the same thing, beloved. The 12 finals appearances in a row is all about culture. If I can root for my players, that's all I care about. But I think the thing in Boston is I'm not sure if the culture is right over there. That's the only thing with that. If the players, I'm not sure if as a fan you want to root for that. I don't know how frustrating it is, but I always rather root for my players that you know, they just develop some sort of camaraderie and chemistry. We sense it. That's why I like the young Knicks. That's why I had to tip my cap to Thibodeau when he started playing them, because it's like, bro, we've seen this in the summer games. We've seen them going topping and these guys going crazy, and they root for each other. And the way they push for each other is the same way we push for them. So I don't know what the Clippers need though with all that, Dom Drop. But like, that's gonna, you know how I say that's always tough. But if Kawhi's gonna be that way, the owners sign up for that shit. You gonna have to, if they're in their last deal, the last year in their contract, I would trade them. Same thing I said for the Lakers. Like, if you didn't win, I would trade them.
And it's more than just injuries, man. It's the fact that we load manage this guy. We completely compromise our regular season process. We can't build any winning streaks with this load management, because like you win 5 games in a row, and then Kawhi happens to be out on a back-to-back. So now we got to play a different way. That shit is not winning. Like, that does not build good habits, man. For him to still only get hurt in the end. Like, it's not good process. And then we don't know anything about what happens. Bro, in what world have you guys been watching basketball longer than me? In what world has a player been taken out of the middle of a game, doesn't play the whole second half because we made the conscious decision to play him tomorrow, but we're going to rest him for the rest of the game? No injury, no nothing. That's so fucking
Kawhi struck gold with that Toronto run. That was wild.
But you know what? We gotta remember what Jeff Van Gundy said, and we kind of also got to go back to a lot of us. Of course, none of us was good enough to make it to the NBA. But think about somebody like LeBron, who constantly plays basketball. I think the less basketball you play, the more you're prone to being injured. Like, I think load management is some of the reasons why a lot of these guys is getting hurt. They're not playing enough basketball. And remember what Paul George said, like, they barely practicing. So I really think a lot of these organizations, I think they need some culture. A culture needs to be where you got guys that they're just dying to play basketball. And I think the more basketball you play, the less you have chances of getting injured, man, because it's showing. The guys that don't play, they get injured.
I think we long gone from that. It's too many compromising factors. You got society, you got money. Nobody is wanting to play to really make it out. Once you get the bag, you straight. You do whatever you want. Like, nobody's playing for, like, oh, I really want to play basketball. This is the only thing I can do type thing. There's so many ways to make money now. Like, once you get the bag, like, that ain't even your primary bag no more. That's a guaranteed bag. It's just a job for them at that point.
The thing is, as far as Kawhi, I don't know if it's true, because he seems to play a lot.
Yeah, he's a hooper. Kawhi's a hooper.
He really plays. I think he just got messed up knees.
Yeah.
But that would be true for some other players. Like, Paul George literally said, like, it's random what we do. He's like, all of a sudden we'll play, we'll have a game, then the next 2 days we won't do anything. We'll just do this. Like, he said it's so random. He said, like, he just said the lack of consistent practices. He thinks that the body doesn't build the same callus. That's what he kept saying. He's not the only person that said that. A body in motion stays in motion, but I don't know. Nowadays they're very cautious about injuries, so they don't go full speed 5-on-5 practice as much. Kerr said the same. Spencer Dinwiddie said the same. But who does do that is Tom Thibodeau, Stan Van Gundy, and Mike Brown this year. But the thing is, the only thing is you can say, and they were very healthy, the Knicks and the Kings. The thing is, though, they have a lot of younger players, so like it can go, can be both reasons.
Y'all making some valid points. Y'all making some valid points because, damn, I forgot what I was about to say.
Yo, did y'all see this thing where
Oh,
they might?
with like great. Y'all making great points. With like a boxer, I'm gonna use an example. Like boxers, they always training. Like they never have off days. So like, what's the like? I'm pretty sure if a boxer missed like a 2 days of training in a training camp after a fight, that's gonna mess them up. Like imagine like they not playing enough. They're not practicing enough. So I could definitely get
But let me say this: if you eat, like, let's say, even if you go back to, let's say, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, like those guys rarely got hurt, and when they did get hurt, unless it was like a year-ending surgery, like them dudes was getting right back on the court, and those dudes was nonstop playing, nonstop practicing. I just think, like I said, my opinion, them guys not playing enough basketball, man. They not. I think load management is bad. I think not practicing is bad. Them dudes ain't playing enough basketball. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yo, I think Pasha Man wants to know if you're in the Lambo all ball. Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. Yo, I don't know if you guys seen this.
That's a lyric from a. That's a debate.
That's the baby. That's the baby, boy.
Okay, cool. I'm too old for that shit. There's a new report that the NBA's competition committee is discussing potential of in-game penalty for flops, resulting in a technical foul free throw trial is possible at Summer League. So it looks like in the Summer League, they're gonna start implementing a technical foul for flopping.
I'm not rocking with that.
It's not gonna do nothing.
That's just controlling the game even more. Just make the game more physical. That's all you have to do. Like they addressing the fruit and not the root. The game is too soft. Make it a balance of physicality and skill.
That's
not gonna happen though.
They need to stop the charging call. That's what needs to be stopped.
The charge is bad. So you're gonna knock them for flop, but you calling off for some fouls when the person just setting a regular pick, not even moving or barely touching the person. You calling an offensive foul. So how is that gonna work?
Man, the charging call is the worst basketball call I ever seen. Dudes don't even be touching dudes.
And they make a lot of wrong calls as it is.
Yeah, as soon as a person jump in the air, the person get in front and just fall back. Like nobody's really getting ran over. So I mean,
but that's just the defensive side. What about the flopping on offense? If we get rid of that, I would love that. Let's play real ball.
Yeah. I agree.
Yo, they flop, but y'all still give them the call. They review it and they still approve the call. And it be bad calls.
Again, the league too compromised, man. It's not fixing. It ain't nothing fixing that.
I'm not gonna lie. I agree with Rage Man. I want it to be more physical, but the fact that it's entertainment more than real basketball is not gonna happen.
But I mean, for me, I don't mind if it's more physical or not. That's not bothering me. What bothers me, I just want guys to play. I just want guys to give their all every game. That's just my thing. I don't want nobody low managing. I don't want nobody cruising through the regular season. Like I want to see competitive basketball games.
Go ahead, beloved. I see you on. You got the mic open.
Go
ahead.
I agree with Mel and Rage Man that the game they're trying to control the game so doctored so where it just looks like a movie script. They want movie scripts. They want up and down basketball. They want high scoring, and they don't want nobody to curse. They don't want a lot of men out color yelling and getting a lot of text. So that's why they try to doctor the game so much. But the flopping call, like you know what they call? They're gonna say, well, that's just gamesmanship. They love that word, gamesmanship. All that gamesmanship. You know what that used to get you back in the 90s and late 80s? Decked in your mouth. So now, all of a sudden, that changes, and they don't want none of that. So anything that's going to lead for the game to get less physical and more high pace, they're going to go for. So that flopping thing, I don't think that's going to change.
It started with them D'Antoni and Steve Nash. Me personally, I told Fabe this. He don't believe me. I personally enjoyed the mid 2000s basketball, the defensive play. Now, was it good for viewership? No, but I just like the details in the game. Like you have to be hard to score, and And I like the low scores. I like the 73 to the 78 points. Me personally, I like that.
That shit was horrible.
But there's a difference. But
Detroit,
hold on. I disagree with that. But I agree, but don't disagree, because I think that there's ways like D'Antoni. You saying D'Antoni and Steve Nash? I like D'Antoni bringing a new type of offense in. Just because you bring a new type of offense in doesn't mean
I like that.
The rules of the game should
The
change,
league went
and that
super
doesn't.
with that. Yeah.
And I don't think the rules of the game should change, and I don't think that the referee should ref the game different. Like if I want to do a new strategy, I could bring that to the game, but I don't mean the game revolves around me no more.
Right? Yeah, I agree with that because I like when teams have different identities. We don't even see it no more. Everybody play the same.
Right, that's the problem. It's not nobody like everybody now is running and gunning. You know, Steph and them started that. Okay, it's okay for them to do that. They got the best 2 shooters in the world. That's not supposed to be the recipe for another team that don't got the best shooters in the world. Y'all gotta find what's going to be y'all
specialty.
Y'all system, right? Y'all specialty, and that's the problem in the league. Like, there's no way every team just coming down shooting threes or dunks. Shooting threes, that's not, and that's why them teams don't win.
Yeah, but Beloved hates when I bring this up, but they changed the rules specifically to help out these floppers. The Golden State in the mid 2010s, that was some flopping that allowed James Harden to do all that. Not just to follow through move. They just tried to change it 2 years ago. So all this soft kind of play, they put rules in place for that also. So if I got to make you think before you start flopping on offense or defense, I like that. Don't go. I want you to think about what you're doing right now. I don't care if maybe this is the first step. We'll figure it out. But at least I like the fact that they're at least trying for it. I don't want to keep seeing this shit, man. Like, I'd rather just see more basketball moves. I don't want to see that. Like, to me, that's horrible. Like, in soccer, they do that shit too. And I don't even watch soccer like that, but I'm aware of
soccer,
it.
But look, though, soccer the most watched sport in the world. Well, it's a different context of basketball. Yeah.
No, my whole thing is just like if you at the head of the whole rules committee and you're not making any attempt to try to curb this, and as fans we're like, yo, this is gonna take away from the game. Because I think I don't know how it is in, like, again, Beloved and Zach, they could speak to that what happens around the world internationally. They'll speak to, like, all right, the flopping is major in Europe on the ABL. Or maybe I'll get Homicide on here one day and they could speak to that. But I'm not sure. I just think at least if the guys up ahead on top are putting these rules in and thinking about that, they're listening to us because we don't want to see that shit.
Right. But then that's why I didn't even hear everything, but I'm just chiming in. That's why niggas like all the Europeans come in, Luka, Greeks.
I ain't trying to.
Jokic.
Hold on, Rage Man. Hold on, Rage Man.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why they coming in and they killing and they getting these numbers and they making it look easy. Because across the waters, them niggas is strapping up. Them niggas is really playing deep. 94 feet, them niggas is trying to get paid. Them niggas is fucking you up, all of that. So if I'm playing that during the summertime, when I come to the NBA, yeah, it's going to be easier with this tic-tac fouls. And I'm going to look elite.
Let me follow up on that, Mel. I ain't trying to sound crazy or like a conspiracy theorist. I think one of the reasons the NBA stopped being such physical and really start prioritizing players' athleticism is to, like, honestly, it's to de-black the league. Like, that's what made NBA basketball, like, that's why all the European players didn't caught up. Like, they didn't took, like, the athletic and physical portion out the game. That's what.
No, I highly disagree.
Me personally, I wholeheartedly believe that's one of the reasons.
The reason why
the playing field and de-black the league. That's my personal opinion.
My personal opinion is that's all wrong. The reason why the Europeans caught up is because they play real basketball the right way.
How they play real basketball?
Let me finish talking. American basketball is me, ISO, James Harden, Paul George, 1-on-1.
That's
ISO.
not American basketball.
Yes, it is. When you
it's not.
In the basketball world, you're training to be by yourself.
Rage, you can't, Rage Man, you can't ask a question. You got to answer it, bro.
James Harden,
Go ahead,
the youth is is me, is who got the best package, who got the best bag. Even somebody I love, Kyrie, is all about Jokic, a perfect example. He plays for everybody else. He does everything. There's nothing this man can't do. Ain't too many U.S. players like that.
All right, let me respond to that. James Harden, first of all, hasn't made the finals and he's not a winning player. So you cannot use him as an example. You have to use a winning player as an example.
Jason Tatum. What are you talking
He's
about?
never
Anybody
he's
else?
never won a championship. We
Wait, hold on,
I
hold on.
Keep
can't
changing.
use him. What are you
Keep
talking
changing the
about, Rage
ball.
Man? What are you
Hold on,
talking
hold on.
about, bro?
You
Go
talk.
ahead, beloved. Hold on, Rage Man.
Now, go ahead, Rage Man, finish, because I want to respond to Rage Man.
Right, that's
Go
a
ahead,
false.
Rage Man, finish.
I'm talking about the tippy top players. You saying James Harden style is American style? No, it's not. Steph Curry, that's American style.
No, it's not. That's mostly for self.
How Steph Curry's for
He
self?
just has a great team around him. He's in a great system, but mostly
How
it's him
Steph Curry for self?
shooting
He's
from
really
half.
one of the greatest off-ball players of all time.
Right.
So how is he for self?
Go ahead, finish your point.
I'm asking you.
Go ahead, name some other players.
My point was Steph Curry is American basketball. They again, you just made
and when the kids say I want to be Steph Curry, what they do? Go to the park. A nigga say he's shoot 50. He gonna show you. He gonna shoot from half court. He gonna shoot from half court 50 times. Yes, it is, bro. What basketball world are you in? Yes, it is.
Even Steph Curry say he don't tell people to do that. That's not his game.
Right, but that's what people emulate. That's what the kids emulate. That's what the youth emulate. That's the college players emulate. What are you talking about?
But hold on, Rage Man. Hold on, Rage Man and Mel. But to Rage Man's point, real quick, Mel. There's another player that's American that some people consider the GOAT, and he plays the right way, and that's not selfish. That's LeBron James. So you can't say no.
Right. Rage think he's a ball stopper. Right. It's one-on-one, bro.
Example,
no, hold on, y'all. No. Hold on, Rage Man and Mel. Listen, y'all. Call y'all Creed 4. I don't want to start no smoke.
No, you good.
But no, both of y'all make great points. But like I said, I kind of agree with both of y'all. Y'all both make great points. I don't know the reason. I'm not going to act like I know the reason why the Europeans come over here and do whatever it is they do. But my thing is this, and I've been saying this: when you call a game correct, when you call a game fair, them dudes is regular. If you're gonna call a travel, if you're gonna call technical fouls, if you're gonna call 3 seconds, if you're gonna call travel, what else? Just all the right calls. Listen, man, them dudes is not gonna give you 40 points.
I disagree, bro.
Hold on, Mel. Hold on, because Beloved was way impatient. Hold on, Mel. Beloved was way impatient, because he wanted to answer that. Go ahead, Beloved.
So, to Rage Man's point, the way and me playing basketball and coaching for the last 12 years on a high school and middle school level, you have to adjust to the game, right? So now, when you adjust into a game, right? So when you get your kids ready for school, right? You have to teach them 2 things: how to pass the ball through a zone and not dribble through a zone, right? So now when I do those work, that's team basketball, right? So you dribble, you pass the ball through a zone. Nothing moves faster than the ball, right? But when I do individual workouts for elite players, all we do is call island work. You know why you do island work? Because coaches at a high D1 level want to see when as soon as they go man to man, what you're going to do on that island. So I hate cone work, but cone work at a certain point has to be done because you have to get that retreat dribble, snatch back 3. That's the way American basketball is played at a high level, higher than just going D2. If I'm coaching a D2 kid, shoot the ball off the screen, know how to turn, know how to set a pick and roll, open up the right way. If I'm training a high D1 level player, I'm teaching him how to come off the zone, come off a pick, shoot the 3, come off the pick, in and out, side step, 3-pointer. That's the way the game is played. You do not want it to be played like that, and you're naming one anomaly out of 7 million people that's trying to do basketball. You're naming an anomaly of 1, maybe 2. Reggie Miller off the screen, Ray Allen, and Steph Curry. That's 3 people out of 100 million people that see the game the same way and the way people are recruiting the game. I don't care what professionals do. You got to watch how the game is recruited and how these players are getting contracts. NBLs, EBYLs, things like that. As soon as that person gets the ball, look at all these highlights of the EBYL. The highlight is on the wing and there's no help at all. The person's dropping the person, pulling back and shooting the 3. You may not like the game that way, but that's the way the game is called and coached right away. All ball came to my games, and Fabian came to my game. The first thing they heard me say, 1-4 high. I'm giving it to my best player on the wing, and I come roll, set the pick.
And that's an American style.
Yes, that's the way you have to coach it.
Thank you.
If they're in the zone, if they're in the zone, you coach differently. They're in the zone, you put your best shooter in the corner, you set down screen, then he comes off the pick and shoots. As soon as that's why this is why people sit in zones, because there's 3 good players on the court and everybody's average. And as soon as you go man to man, whoever got the best player, I'm going to go up by 20. I'm
Okay,
a pressure
so-
and you can't stop me.
I'm glad that you brought it up, because I'm gonna take one of AllBall's terms. I'm gonna retract my statement and say that instead of saying that, I'm leaning more to the NBA changed from physicality and athleticism into a more European style, so they can accommodate these foreign players rather than what I previously said.
Well, I
Can
think
I give you an international perspective a little bit?
Go ahead, Bernardo.
Because like when you think about American basketball, it's like when people think about Brazilian football. It's like we think about the style and the handle. That's the image, and the dunking, obviously, but it's the skill of American players. It's usually so above everybody else, and that, like, if you watch a European league or any other league in the world, the level of skill that you see in college in the US is so much above the rest of the world, and that's what separates you guys from us. And I don't think that's lost in the NBA. But one thing that I see is, like, you're talking about physicality. Like, I can argue that maybe 3 of the 4 most physical under 30 players in the league are like, it's Embiid, Giannis, Jokic, and Zion. I think that's the 4 guys that impose themselves physically in the game. And like, I'm not sure if
the most favorable players, you know.
No, I'm saying, like, amongst the superstars, because like, if you look at guys like Durant and Curry and Lillard and Harden and all those guys, like, they're more skill-oriented players than anything else. And one other thing that I wanted to say is that I think the American basketball is starting to come up against a wall that the youth system in the U.S. is the youth system around the world in basically any sport is a professional one. You come into the system of a professional team and you start being trained since, like, you're 12 years old to play a professional game. And I see that produces players who are more mature when they are 16, 17, 18 years old than sometimes the American players are. And the American players are more skilled than anybody else, as I said. But sometimes, like, if you watch, because that's the thing, like, Luka Doncic was playing EuroLeague basketball at a professional level at 16 years old. And it's all integrated. And the US, when you guys started, you couldn't use the high school college system because it wasn't efficient enough. Like, you couldn't compete against the rest of the world in terms of producing talent when like Real Madrid and my team Flamengo and big clubs around the world will have youth systems that teach players how to play professional style football from age 8 to age 18. And that's one other thing. What?
Go ahead.
No, that's the other thing. Like, it's the skill level of the Americans is so much above the rest of the world. But, like, basketball is a more global game, so it's natural that more international players will start being successful. Yeah. And the rest of the world has a different youth system. That's the two main things for me.
I think you hit on the nose. I think also the culture, the European culture. I got to mute you, Bernardo. You got the cars in the background. The culture is different. Also, like in France, you could drink at a younger age. Like, there's a different. We have a culture clash with working in this country in general, but also I like what Pasha Man said. The Euros used to be considered soft. They're no longer considered soft. We can't consider Luka Doncic and Joker and B. None of these guys are soft. We didn't. That's not the first thing out of our mouth. And it used to be that way. So that speaks to the fact that we consider a bunch of our players soft. A lot of these guys, even someone like a LeBron, we go like, you shouldn't be doing that, or whoever it is that flops too much. everyone flops, but we've never considered American players soft like that. We would have thought that they were the more physical players. As you beloved. Oh, he's on the east side. Mel is 1,000% right on this. The modern emphasis is all about that since the late 90s. He's spot on. That's why the Spurs got all the foreigners. Mel is correct on this. They only see the 30-footers from Curry, not the off ball, which is true also.
Yeah, I agree with what Pasha Man is saying. After Michael Jordan, like too many people was trying to play like him. You got the Iversons, the Kobe's, the Ray Allens. That messed up the league. Too many people, they abandoned team ball. Michael Jordan is the only person that can play hero ball, and through a system had very all-time great teams. Can't nobody else do that outside of Curry. Too many people trying to be like that. We got to get back to fundamentals in team basketball. Outside of Michael Jordan and Steph Curry, ain't no guard leading the team as the leading scorer. It's never happened. We got to stop our players to be like that.
I think that Bernardo was right, because like when you're elite in a certain area, in Euro or anywhere, they have a club for you. You know what we got for you? AAU. And 92% of high elite AAUs, their parents are not paying. Regular AAU kids, parents still have to pay a fee. You're still getting paid to train. You're still getting paid for tournaments. You're getting good training. You're getting good tournaments. But like you said, from 8 years old, like if you're an elite kid, like you're gonna stay elite from 8 years old, and you're never gonna pay, and you're gonna be in a club, and they're gonna teach you. Now, what the American system is teaching could be a different story. I think that the reason why Europeans are higher up there right now is because they teach their kids young, no matter how good you are, you're not bigger than the team. And you're going to move the ball through the team. And like Mel said, you're going to learn how to play a system of basketball where you still get shine, but you're not slowing the pace of the ball. You're not slowing the pace of the ball. And you very rarely see isolation plays in Europe. You know when you see it? When the American player got the ball and they run a pick and roll, they run an ISO pick and roll on a wing.
Hey, that's that Michael Jordan.
Even in the EuroLeague, if you're in the EuroLeague, I watch the EuroLeague a lot, and if you watch the EuroLeague,
I think we lost.
lead American players are playing in the NBA, but the players in the EuroLeague are what they call the system breakers. Like when you need a bucket and when you need someone to break down a defense, there's nobody else better than an American player. In the world, anywhere, at all times.
Exactly.
And that's a fact. But the thing is, usually those players aren't the best players in the team. Like they aren't the system. They are the system breakers. It's a different concept. Like in here in the US, a lot of times you see like trying to like every time a team in the NBA tries to construct a team around Kyrie Irving, it always fails. Because he isn't a system player, he's a system breaker. That's the difference. And I think when you look at the EuroLeague, that's pretty clear. Like and what you said is completely true. Like in everywhere else in the world, both in soccer and in basketball, what you have is a system of youth academies that have professional coaches teaching players how to play professional sport from the beginning. And 16, you start training with the professionals. You start training with the main team. So it's a different
I think that's a good
system.
I think he brings up a good point, because me and Mel, we can name you about 15, 20 people we know that went to Europe and played and was the only one American on that team. You know why they only put one American on the team? Because like what Bernardo said, when I need a bucket, I'm gonna go to that guy. That guy wasn't good enough in the NBA, but I know Mel probably knows. We know many people that made great livings out of in Europe and overseas. And you know what they did? They got a bucket. They didn't even play. Listen, they probably wasn't even in. They didn't lead the team in scoring, and they didn't lead the team in minutes. But when they was in there, they were specialists, and they went to get that bucket, and that's it. And AllBall knows probably 30 people that made millions overseas, but they couldn't make the NBA. You know why? Because we got 7 of you already. You're not a skill. We have 7 of those already. Now we didn't need one in Europe.
That's what Homicide always said when he was in the NBL. He's like, yo, none of you guys can average 30 in the
But
Euro
that's
League. We just play different.
But that's a great point because I even go back to my guy Butter, man, who we first had on the show, where he was like in the league. Remember, he going, I'm 5'9", 5'10". They got guys with my skill set at 6'4", 6'5". So yeah, beloved, but no, those are great points. Those are great points. But all right, let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think the European players will be as successful and as dominant if the game didn't change so drastically? So meaning like they basically knocked the big man out the league.
Yeah,
they knocked physicality. Like they implanted basically Euro rules, traveling, Euro step. They literally, I don't know when last time they caught 3 seconds. Some guys just sit in the paint all day. I'm just saying, man, as great as those guys are, and I'm away from them, but if they didn't take all the positions away, I'm being honest. Like, think about it. Joker has maybe 3 real centers that has to guard him in the whole NBA.
You made a good point. AllBall, because as great as Dirk and Steve Nash were, they were great. But in the late 90s, Dirk, when he first came in, he was a laughing stock of the league. It wasn't until
they was having problems.
It wasn't until the mid 2000s, once the rule changes, they literally were winning MVP as soon as the rule changes. As soon as the rules start changing.
So you know what happened after the Malice of the Palace? That's when the rules changed. Because remember when we talked about when Steve Nash, when me and you was talking about this Fabian, when we talked about when I said, yo, Steve Nash got better when he got older, and that happened in the 04-05 season when he signed, and then that's when the rules changed, because then there was no hand checking after the season. After the Malice at the Palace, that's when everything changed.
Points per game started shooting up.
I don't care what nobody say. That's when that season changed, because they wouldn't just change the rules just after that season. If there was no Malice at the Palace, it probably would have still been a little bit more. The game would have still been a little bit more physical.
Nah, they were going to change the rule. They were going to change the rules to zone defense, and they had remember when Michael Jordan, the Dream Team, changed everything. And back then, I just think
that is true. But the game was still physical after, though.
That's fine. But what I'm saying is that when the Dream Team was out there, they slaughtered everybody around the world. Everyone caught up. It wasn't just the rule changes; they were playing the same rules around the world for that 10 years, that 10-year span. You had all these other guys, the Dirk Nowitzkis of the world, Embiid, Giannis. Akeem Olajuwon is not from here, so you have players. Arvydas Sabonis never got to play here in his prime. So there's plenty of players that would have been, the more popular basketball gets, more players start playing towards that. That's why you don't have as many. Let's say you have as many black dudes from here playing baseball because it's not as popular over here like that. But
can I
once the sport becomes, we can hear you. Once the sport becomes more popular, I would think that those players want to come here and they're going to get better.
I get your point with Akeem Olajuwon, but I want to kind of give some credit to Moses Malone on that. He helped him out a little bit.
Okay, but he's still Moses Malone's not from here. Akeem Olajuwon, Dirk Nowitzki. I don't know if Dirk would be Dirk. I think they would have to adjust their game. I don't know if they'd be on that same level as in the 2000s. But
and it's kind of hard to find mad 7-footers that's gonna bang and rebound and run the floor and be mobile for a long period of time for mad years. That's hard, bro. To keep finding them players at a rate like that, that's hard. It was.
I don't know if he meant to find them here or around the world. I just think that the talent pool.
Period. Anywhere.
I just think
7-footers that's going to last for how long? A lot of them didn't last. They was trying. The Greg Oldens and Michael Orcandles. They tried. Them guys is out of the league in a few years.
All right, but let me say this real quick. This the problem I have, and this is no knock on nobody.
Robert Herbert, whatever his name, Indiana.
Roy Hibbert.
Right. They tried to find them guys though, and
Mel, that was after the rule changes. You know what I mean? Like all boys saying, if we never change the rules, would these guys still be as effective in the league today?
All right, hold on. Prime example. Let me just make a quick example. So you see how hold on.
I just think once the rule changes happen, any kind of player, every player has to change their game.
But Fabe, listen what I'm saying. Quick example. I'm sorry, y'all. Hakeem Olajuwon, as great as he was, look what he had to go up against, right? We never considered Hakeem the greatest center ever until after his career was finished, right? Because Shaq can tell you, some guys like Kareem, Hakeem, maybe top 5 or whatever. Right now, some people have Giannis and Joker top 5 greatest at their positions. That's my problem.
That's wild. I got Giannis in top. Giannis close. I got him top 10.
Right, but you understand what I'm saying? So my point is, the game changed drastically for those guys. Once again, if there's no positionless basketball and Joker got to go, it's 30 teams in the NBA. Joker don't have to go against 5 great centers. You got to be. You got to be. That
wasn't like that in the 90s. I don't like it was 30 great centers in the 90s. It wasn't 30 great centers in the 90s. It's that handful.
Can't say that.
Right. No, Mel.
I'm gonna make a comparison, ball.
And then
like,
wait. And then it was a period where if you wasn't banging in the NBA, if you wasn't like just get the rebounds and dunking it, you couldn't play in the NBA.
No, but Mel, I'm not saying they gotta be great. I'm not saying that. But right now, there's not even 30 centers in the NBA. Like some of the guys that centers is really 3s and 4s. It's just that the way the game is played, you don't have to be 6'10" to guard Joker. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they got to be 30 great ones, but right now, you can't name 10 7-footers. That's when I say decent, meaning defensively okay and grab rebounds. Everybody else is literally 6'10", 6'9", and littler, and they're not even banging. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that, but I probably couldn't name 10 in the 90s neither, can you?
10 what?
Great centers that used to bang. Great
centers?
No,
it ain't about being great. Yeah, you can name 10. Like you can go with Rick Smith, Pat, David Rob. Bro, you bugging.
Rick Smith is shooting jump shots and shit.
No, listen. You got Shaq. You got Tim Duncan. You got David Robinson. You got Patrick Ewing. You got you got my guy. I just said his name, Rick Smith. Like, bro, it was a lot of them. You got Shaq.
That's 5, 6, 7, 6. It's not a lot.
I gotta. Like, we can Google. I gotta go through the Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Matumbo.
They had Matumbo. Right.
And these are.
I got it.
Yeah, Benoit Bent. What's the homie from Cleveland?
That played Mark Price. Add him. Can I add him? I don't know. He said add him.
I just did.
Yeah, so Mel, what I'm saying is, like I said, Mel, you made a great point, but I wasn't trying to say they all got to be great. I'm just saying, like, literally, there's
competition is low, right? You only got to come out about 3 times a night to really.
Right. So really think about really think about the Joker where he's playing against big men to where they not even like their game is not even defense.
Right.
So
we were just talking about if Boston had a chance to beat him versus Al Horford. Al Horford not even a center.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is why I'm pushing back, AllBall, because it's not about, to me, okay, that's one of one. All right, Joker, you put him back then. He's only one guy, but they're gonna have more guys around the league, around the world that can go play in the era, in that style, because it wasn't popular back then.
Right. I feel like
in the 90s because it.
I feel like they changed the style and they might have changed basketball, but I don't think that's the reason the NBA is soft.
No, I don't think that either.
You don't think that's why the NBA is what?
It's soft. It's soft and there's no.
But Mel, it's soft because remember, it's like right now it's like purely entertainment. So I get it.
Right.
When you got $1 billion business, you got to do what makes the money. I get that. Like, you know, when it's business. Many of us may work a job we don't want to work, but it's business. We got to pay the bills. So with the NBA, who are they to change? Right? Who are they to change what they're doing if they making $10 billion a year? But if we go this way because of the fans, we only want to make $1 billion.
I completely agree, AllBall. But my thing is, I said it before. I'm not pro owner. I'm not pro player. I'm pro consumer. I want the best product for the people that's paying for it. So when when they
I agree.
deliberately giving out trash when you could be getting more or getting quality, it just don't make sense.
Wait, what's the argument? Or not this argument? What's
But the
discussion?
best product sometimes don't. It might
This is not the best product. This is literally not the best product.
No. Hey, Rage Man.
Can you guys hear me?
Rage Man. Hold on. Yeah, we
I
can hear you.
disagree.
Rage,
Okay, cool.
See, but
Right,
this is
right
the
now,
problem. They're
right.
saying, I think. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going.
Yeah, it's bugging. I don't know what's going on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Rage Man, until Mel come back on Rage Man, I disagree with some of your points. You made a great point, but this is where I disagree. It is a great product. It's just that the product is not playing up to its standards because the rules is implemented to where they don't have to. Low management. You don't really know if guys is hurt.
Yeah.
Guys is really saying, I don't care about the regular season. I just want to get to the playoffs. So just think about if you got competitive basketball every game, then it'd be a different ball game. So I think the product is there. It's just that these guys found a loophole to where they don't have to play hard every game.
Good point.
No, I feel like it is the best product, but people don't really want to see the best product. It's just they're saying it because it sounds good. Because Denver Nuggets, they have the best player, 2-time MVP, should have got MVP this year, by far the best team, but niggas rather see Ja Morant or Steph Curry.
Good point.
And another
I
thing,
think-
it's not my right to say who deserves what money wise and all that, but when you not drawing as much money, because the NBA is contrary, as much as they want to say it, they're not making money. They had to take out a loan to run the bubble. They were broke at the time. If your players are making more money than ever and you're not making money, that doesn't make sense.
But they are making money. That's the thing. That's
They're
why they
not
don't change a
making
thing.
money. The NBA is not making money. I'm
you're
telling
bugging,
you.
Based on what?
the NBA is
I
not making
never
money.
heard nobody say that.
All
Yeah,
ball,
that-
I
I don't
mean, Rage Man. Adam Silver literally just said a couple of months ago when people were complaining about load management. I'm the biggest complainer about it. I think it's fucking terrible. Ruined the league in the regular season. But he said that we're not going to change anything because y'all are still watching. We're still making more money than ever. So why would we
Who's
change
watching?
anything?
Who's watching?
The world?
The bubble
What
was
do
the
you mean?
lowest rated finals.
Wait,
of
wait,
all
wait.
But
time.
you're naming.
Rage Man, yeah.
What? No. I'm okay. The bubble is one example, and the bubble was not real playoff basketball in terms of what we've known as playoff basketball. So of course it didn't get the same amount of views. But the regular season NBA, based on all these different other avenues, they may not get the ratings. The TV ratings are not as up. But think about how much people consume online that we didn't have even 20 years ago.
Right.
So they're still making their income more than
Yeah,
ever.
yeah,
And that's why
never
people like myself. Yes. Go ahead.
I don't believe that. Again,
Yeah.
they had to get out a loan to run the bubble. They're not making
That
money.
was 3 years ago. Rageman's 2023, almost 2024. Number
But-
two, I've seen so
Yeah.
many people watching basketball that don't know shit about basketball because of gambling alone. Niggas is watching basketball.
Great point.
People are watching.
Wonderful.
But
People are
point.
watching. It's
But
just
also, hey, hold on, Rage Man, listen. Let me explain to you why you wrong, right? I understand your point, but right now, this is why I'm gonna tell you wrong. But this is why basketball is the best sport, because for one, you can see your stars and you can touch them. Football, you can't see them. Baseball, I'm being honest, nobody ever, that's America's game, but it's too expensive. Basketball, bro, people can see their stars, people can touch their stars. In basketball, you can actually be involved in the game. Like, look at the seats in baseball and look at the seats in basketball. So
I'm not denying the popularity. I'm going
no,
to get
but those people, but Rage, the popularity, those people are spending money.
It's not making as much as it was in the 90s. This is not true.
You can't say that. See, well, I think Rage Man, I think you're confusing viewers, how you say that, the viewers and the ratings with the popularity of it and the sales of everything.
Money, revenue.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Rage Man, listen to what I'm telling you. You're confusing viewership where Michael Jordan was at the peak and Golden State Warriors were at the peak of viewership for NBA championship finals game. That's not what they're interested in. They're no longer interested in that because of social media. That's why Adam Silver really doesn't care about highlights. He doesn't go after you and give you a copyright strike for that, because he knows that the game is so popular. They would rather you repeat their highlights. because all we're gonna do is keep sharing the NBA. Look what we're doing right now. We're talking about the NBA.
Hold on.
That's all they want.
You made a great point. Why you think Adam Silver going global? It's not because they making money in America. It's because the league don't mean shit in America. They not making money.
So then that's
here.
two different things. So then you're saying two different things. Or is it making money or it's not? Is it not making money here or it's
in
not?
America? I said that.
No. That's a different story. If you're saying that it's not making as much money here than in the 90s, of course. Now you can't even compare that, and I doubt that. But internationally, that's the whole point of them expanding because there's more money out there. They're never going to make the money at the NFL's making.
But fellas, how we fix this conversation? That's what Google was for, right?
Well, it's going to go up by at least double the amount because they made 8 to 10 billion every year in revenue. Hold on, I'll look it up. NBA.
Yeah, but I mean, but you know, just kind of bringing the conversation back. Like I said, I just think the game. I mean, from an entertainment standpoint, the game is in good hands because, like you said, with the gambling and just people wanting to be involved. But as far as just the game itself, basketball, like I said, man, I just think, you know, if they just start calling the game fair, you know, I think they'd be okay. Stop letting guys get away with travel, treat everybody fair, stop letting people not get texts, call 3 seconds. You know, I just think little things, man, the way it's just real basketball because with young kids nowadays, you know, they like when you see kids celebrating after a score and the game is not even over, to me, a lot of these players is being bad role models, man, and just little things need to change.
If that starts with like the
Agree.
Thing, that starts from the bottom up.
Nah, that starts from the top. Whatever happens in NBA, everybody's emulate if you playing basketball, college, high school, it emulates to every level. And that goes from the bad reffing to the taunting to the bad calls to the all of that. Whatever happens in the NBA has happened everywhere in America.
So this is a chart of since 2001 where it was at $2.6 billion in revenue, and then it jumped up to 4.5 in 2013, and just in 2021, 2022, it jumped up to $10 billion a year. So it's been between $8 to $10 billion the last 4 or 5 seasons, and really during the pandemic when they lost a lot of money, they only made 6 billion, 6.4 billion. So it's gonna keep growing. And I think and that's ever since the international revolution, right? Like all these international players came in after 2000.
Exactly. So we add in a whole different demographic. I'm talking about domestically. America, this is not a profitable company. This is why they're going global.
They're not profitable?
No.
You sound crazy, bro.
Okay. That's fine.
I don't understand.
But their biggest
man just showed you a chart and you still got your own opinion. The facts is right there.
That's not an opinion. I just said he included a whole different demographic that was once not there.
Right. It's there now with they making money, right, man? What do you get?
Yeah, but I don't understand. But who cares? They don't even like they'll divvy that up however they do.
Nobody.
Yeah, I don't understand. Rage Man, if they're you can't even prove that they're making less money than the 90s. That's what I'm trying to tell you to do. Like, how can you prove that?
Right, prove it. Prove it for us, Rage Man.
I can't find it because inflate. Yeah, good cap inflate. Oh, you're talking about cap inflation.
No,
the TV deals are way bigger.
Let Rage Man do it.
That's what I'm saying. The TV deal is why they're making so much more money.
Yeah, but it's not close because all the TV deals are coming from American companies. These are all American digital companies. Google, Facebook, or Apple. These are Amazon Prime. These are all the guys in the running to offer these TV deals. ABC, all that is ESPN. That's Disney. These are all American companies. So everything's coming from America.
Yeah, we have more nationally televised games these days because of that too.
Right, and even watch what football is doing. Football just put one of their
games on Amazon.
No. One of their playoff games on Peacock on a streaming channel, a streaming app. That's changing everything. So I mean, it's going to be crazy because now when they go back, NBA has to go back and talk to like the Amazon Prime. They're gonna have to talk, and they have to follow the NFL suit. So again, we've been talking about this. That's why the CBA deal, they had to close it real quick because they knew all this money was ahead of them. And also, Rage Man, you can't say that. Maybe depending on what city you're talking about, because of all the big markets, the Lakers, Dime, what was that? Clipper Vision? All that stuff is in the big markets that keep giving the money to the NBA, and the deals are specifically tied. The contracts are specifically tied into these big market deals now, so that the superstars can get a bigger bite and can actually get an investment out of the team now, because they're going to be tied. Their money's going to be tied to these local, like the MSG network in New York. They're going to be able to tap into that now. Waiting for Twitch NBA deal. Yeah, Twitch is Amazon. So all this stuff matters. I just can't see how the game hasn't grown. I don't see as many people talking about basketball in the 90s as they do now, Rage Man. Everything about it. I don't know. It's just way more. And maybe you're hitting on a key word in terms of profit, because profit is different than revenue. Go ahead, Rage.
Yeah, I ain't trying to get into all the financial terminology again. I just don't think it's as profitable as people say it is.
You just on a conspiracy.
No, it's not a conspiracy. That's just I'm again, this is a fact. You can look this up again. Mm-hmm. If you have to take out a loan to run a 4-month tournament, you have no money.
Wow.
Isn't that because the league lost a ton of money though, because the season got cut off? That's a huge loss for them. You know what I'm saying? There was a huge loss. That's the only reason they did it, is because they were losing money because they had to shut down the NBA season.
But even also, before, but what does that say before? That means you didn't have enough money before.
That means they didn't spend the cash. Remember, I think about, let's say like they made $6 billion that year. The years before they were making $7 billion, $8 billion, $8 billion, almost $8 billion. Now they're about to make $6 billion. That means they lost 2 off the rip. Where are you getting that money from?
Well, no, I'm saying where the rest of the money?
What do you? That's what I'm confusing me.
Rich people take loans and get rich people and get richer for other people's loans all the time. What are you talking about?
1,000%. People take out mortgages. I'm trying to get you to like raise. I'm trying to understand what you're saying, because that doesn't indicate that the league or basketball itself got less popular. I think personally, from what I've experienced, it's way more popular now than ever before. I see more women involved.
Basketball sport is more popular now than ever before, worldwide.
No, but he's saying in this country.
Hold on, fellas. Can I ask y'all a question? The money thing. I don't know how we can figure that out, so I don't want to like ask that. But the popularity thing, are y'all sure right now the NBA is more popular when it was like Barkley, Jordan, and them guys? Y'all really think that?
No, in this country,
worldwide,
yeah.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
You got the Steph Curry's, John Morant's. You got the LeBron, Zion. You got the jerseys, the different sneakers, different colors, sneakers. Like, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Because there's more things available now.
Like right. Now, hold on, y'all. Listen. Wait. Listen, y'all. Listen, because I think this is a great argument. Listen. Here's where I'm going. Back in that era, we had rivalries. There's no rivalries right now. Like, let me just say this. That Chicago Knicks rivalry, that Indiana Knicks rivalry, like, it was real rivalry. So I'm just asking, I don't know if it's just clear cut that right now it's more popular. It may be, but I don't think it's a large margin how it's just nothing to think about it. We can just automatically go, yeah. I don't know about that, fella.
Right, it's not. It's not. Social media is making it look like
it's just way more options.
Hold on, Mel, hold on. Let him finish up, Rage Man.
NBA basketball is still not the number one sport in America, and it's still a
far distance. We all know that, though, Rage.
Yeah, I'm saying, is basketball bigger than baseball right now? I mean, like,
yes.
I'm talking about in America.
Yes,
Rage Man. Yes, the biggest sport is football. Everybody know that.
Worldwide, it's not really close, man. The NBA has grown a lot. Stern did a lot for the league in terms of that. Like, and guys like Dirk Nowitzki, all the international stars, even like role-playing stars, like not stars, role-playing guys like your Leandro Barbosas, your Nenes. Like, these guys grew the sport over there in Brazil, for example. And guys in Spain, like the Gasol brothers, like, like the you know what I'm saying? Like the Olympics, we didn't used to let our pros go because we'd wax everyone. Now it's a little bit closer, We had some good teams. Look at how many good players Canada's producing now. Like, I just think the sport and basketball has definitely grown worldwide. I mean, there's no debate to me.
Yeah.
But hold on, y'all. The debate I'm asking.
In the 90s,
hold on.
Go ahead.
hold on, Mel, real quick, because I want y'all to answer this. I'm not saying today is not more talented. That's not the argument. But more popular than the 90s, I don't know.
Not
I really
worldwide,
don't know.
AllBall?
Huh?
Worldwide, you don't think it's more popular?
Yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. Do y'all remember when Michael Jordan and Magic and them went over to play in the Olympics?
Yes, but that was the start of all this thing. That was the beginning of the wave.
If Steph Curry and LeBron and John Morant and all of them went to the Olympics this year, it'll be way crazier, bro.
Okay, I wouldn't say way crazier.
No,
It would just be crazy.
hey, Mel, you better.
No
Hey, Mel.
Jordan. No
Right, watch that. Hold on, Mel. Watch that Dream documentary. Hold on. Listen, when Jordan was on the court. All right, so hold on. Let me ask you a question. When Jordan was on the court, hold on. When Jordan was on the court, the opposing team was taking pictures and wanting autographs, bro.
Right. Okay, but that's a perfect example. That was one man. I'll give you Barkley.
No, that wasn't one man. Magic, Larry Bird. It was that?
Larry Bird. Right. But what I'm saying is, you got that for every team nowadays. Like Memphis, niggas wasn't going about Denver. Niggas wasn't going to rocking Denver jerseys like that and going to the games and really supporting them and buying sneakers and buying jerseys. Every team, or Milwaukee, like even the little cities now, they lit, bro. It's just more options, bro.
I don't
That's a
know
great
about
point.
that.
What do you mean by that?
Even back in the day, you know, it was a specific team that left you like a diehard Knicks fan. You know, it was the Bulls. Niggas was not Jazz fans rooting for the Jazz. Now every team got diehard fans, bro.
Mel.
I think Mel is right.
No, he's not right. No. Hold on. No.
Here
we go.
Sean Kemp and them.
No, he's right to a certain. No, he's right to a certain extent.
But like the whole NBA, they was not supporting the whole
Mel,
NBA like it is right now, bro.
No, Mel, listen, hold on, Mel. You're right to a certain extent. There is Jazz fans out here. There is San Antonio Spurs fans out here. That's my age and up. So I'm not denying that there's more now. I'm just saying popular. Listen what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. That 90s, bro, just like these dudes was rock stars, I think them niggas was rock stars too. So y'all can be right, but what I'm saying is it's not a large gap. Like some people may go, man. That's all I'm saying.
I think it is, bro.
But we have to consider the implementation of social media.
Man, that shit don't matter, bro.
You literally had to make an effort to go see these people.
That favors this, but that favors this era's popularity.
Right.
Listen, all right, okay.
I think,
okay. Yeah. You got Jordan Poole, a bench player, come off the bench. He's one of the most popular players. He's one of the most popular players.
What are you grading popularity off of? Like what?
But that helps. He's top 15. He's top 15 jersey sales in the NBA, and he has like 10 million Instagram followers. He's popular as fuck. What are you talking about?
Right. But fellas,
now let's compare that to the 90s. What bench player is like that?
What are you talking about? Social media didn't exist.
Right. That's why now it's bigger and better, stupid
I'm
head.
saying, how are you gauging that? And it didn't exist back then, buddy.
Right. That proves the point of right now.
Mel, how old are you? He said, what did you say, stupid head?
Yeah, I had to create some shit.
What is wrong with you? He said stupid head. Shut up, Mel. Mel, first of all, how do you ruin you ruin your own point? First of all, this guy Jordan Poole is on the most popular team in the league right now, the Golden State Warriors. That's my point. They're the most popular team. They were nowhere near the most popular team in the 90s. You had to have,
which proves my point, right?
No, I'm with you, but you shot yourself in the foot by the whole Jordan Poole thing because every team with that many stuff, because Dennis Rodman had like a top 15 jersey. The Bulls had like 3 or 4 top jersey sales in the 90s.
That's one
they were bound
team.
to. But that's what I'm saying with the Golden State Warriors. Mel, let me do it. Mel, let me do this because you just fucked it up. So because you have, going back to your point, all these other small markets are now blown up. You went from Seattle to Oklahoma City. You have New Orleans now. They went from Charlotte to New Orleans. All these small cities now have teams. This way more popular than the 80s and definitely the 90s. Now in New York and all the big markets, it's probably just the same, maybe so. But you have way more cities involved. I think it's impossible to say it's not as popular. Way more.
Like Memphis wasn't. Memphis has.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
hold on, Fabian. When did those 30? When did those 30 teams expand? When all the
let's say the 90s.
They all expanded before 2000, right?
In the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. So no other team expanded since, right?
Right.
So they expanded at the peak of the popularity, right?
No, not necessarily.
How? What are you
You
saying?
just made that up.
Getting bigger. What are you talking
No,
about?
you just made. Hold on,
No, they
From other
expanded
countries
in the
coming
peak
here.
of
It's
the
still getting bigger.
popularity.
It's not the
These
peak.
guys.
That's my point. Is I think we have more countries involved, but you can't say we have more cities involved because we have the same amount of teams.
No.
Right.
There's
I mean,
more. Wait. It's
Yao
different.
Ming, you know how much NBA was making? How it popped up when Yao Ming was in LA,
Exactly.
nigga?
But hold
What
on.
are you talking
I
It's
just
not.
said more countries involved.
No, but that's the Houston Rockets that they got. Now the Rockets were popular during Akeem Olajuwon's time, and then they were gone. And then when they got Yao Ming 10 to 15 years later, it became relevant again. Yeah, he's a Chinese player. Okay, say
Right.
whatever you want. But the Rockets are not a big-time team. So a lot of these teams are getting foreign players. They're going to get more. Like, it's way more popular in these cities because for whatever reason. But it is.
All right, Fabe, let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask y'all a question. Because once again, I love this argument.
Mm-hmm.
I can agree to a certain extent. Okay, it's popular now. All right, I give y'all that. I'm not gonna like argue that. But let's be realistic. Without social media, certain players wouldn't even be known.
For sure.
So, right. So what I'm saying is, so that kind of helps my point. Like, look at what them guys was doing in the '90s without social media. Like a lot of them dudes couldn't walk down the block neither without people going crazy.
No, only a few of them. Not a lot. Not a lot.
I could counter that though, because their social media back then what will go viral is blending audiences. Like you go on MTV and be in the music video, you go in a Nike commercial, you in Gatorade. There was no internet back then, so you had to do
comparison to social media.
And I'm not saying it is, but in order to go by like then
walking around and nobody know them. I be seeing Michael Cooper, all types of niggas. Niggas don't know who these niggas are.
Chill out. Michael Cooper gets recognized by people.
Bro, he lives in Culver City, bro. I see that nigga all the time in the supermarket. Nobody even know who he is, bro.
Mel, don't name my
I know. I'm just setting an example.
Don't do that, but don't hold on. Don't say a
No,
player.
Can I say something?
No. I'm not saying they not
popular.
Bro, come
Let me
on,
defend my city real quick. It's not that people don't know who he is. It's that in LA we see guys like that everywhere, so nobody bothers them. But everyone knows who Michael Cooper is that knows anything about basketball here. He's very popular.
Right, but nowadays you don't have to know basketball to know these dudes.
That's true. But Michael Cooper is a sixth man. Like I think you have to know basketball to know him. I feel like maybe you guys. Can
but that is improved. That's what I'm trying to explain. Like I understand what AllBall is saying. Social media does increase these guys the popularity. It has to. We can't. But there were certain players in New York. John Starks was damn near a household name because they were that popular. So obviously, social media is going to do it. The internet is going to give you a different level of exposure.
Put it like this: back in the '90s, you probably could name 10 or 20 players that couldn't walk down the street. Right now, you could probably name 50, but half of them is being helped by social media.
But either way, that was our point to begin with. Yeah.
No. My point was, remember what I said though. My point was, I agree with y'all, but I just don't think it's like clear cut. I don't think the gap is that big.
I think they're conflating the ability to reach millions of people with popularity.
Like, all right, so but like back in the days, how many NBA sneakers y'all was rocking?
How that don't make sense, Fabe?
Because your potential to reach that many people has to include popularity. Like that automatically is like my potential to reach 100 million people right now is based on what?
No, not. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like the potential, like any potential that has to be, you have to infuse popularity, regardless of the tool I'm using, the social media or being in a movie. It doesn't matter. So I understand what AllBall is saying, but the point to begin with was, what is it more popular now than back then in the States? And it has to be, and primarily maybe because of social media. Let's give it to social media, but it has to be. Oh, yo, Phoenix Plays E wants to know: did the '90s players have stands like we do today, who damn near worship role players?
I ain't never seen. It wasn't until a couple years ago I never knew the amount of Draymond Green fans existed. That ass. I did not know that segment of people existed.
I owe you 6, remember?
Did we worship like Rodman? I don't think we worshiped them. You know what I'm saying?
No, like I would say this. I don't even think it's more popular. You know what? He just brought up a good point. I don't think it's even more popular. I think the phenomenon of fanboyism has gotten bigger.
Oh, 100%.
Fanboyism.
Like LeBron James, dude is not popular. He's not. Like, dude is not a ratings draw. He's not a ratings draw. You look at the most viewed games.
Yo, hold on. What do we need a call? Hold on, Rage Man. We got to start calling this segment for Rage Man something. the rage rule or something like that. Because what the fuck is he talking? LeBron James is not popular. It's crazy.
I'm talking about drawing viewers. The most viewed games outside of Chicago. You look at the most viewed games in the last 20 years. Most of them occupy the Golden State Warriors or the Chicago Bulls.
It's 1,000%. Right. The biggest super team in the last 25 years.
LeBron made a lot of money for the league. That's nuts.
I don't understand the either way. Were there stands in the 90s for role players like there are today? No way Phoenix plays there.
I just said that.
Yeah, not to this level.
Kurt Rambis, yeah, you're right. Kurt Rambis had stands, but like, yeah, you're as you said, it's not like this.
Yo, Kurt Rambis in this day and age, there'll probably be like a revolution of dudes wearing goggles in the street or bringing to the basketball game. Yeah, hell yeah. I think this age is different.
Yo,
Yeah.
I came to LA. Before I moved to LA, I came to LA to buy a Dion Waiters jersey, 2020. He's not a superstar. Niggas wasn't doing that in the 90s, I don't think.
You said about who?
A Dion Waiters. That's my favorite player.
Really?
Yes.
How come? Syracuse?
Huh?
Because he probably know him.
Nah, I seen him play in high school. I seen him play with Tabarius. I went to go see Tabarius. Tabarius House was #1 at the time. And Dion Waiters, he had like 40 and like 20 downs. I'm like, yo, this thing is better than
Go ahead, AllBall.
He was like in the 10th grade. I'm like, yo, he's better than #1 player in the nation right now. And I just followed him since then. He wasn't like, and I didn't know he was going to the NBA yet. You know, he was kind of chubby. He just played like a chubby D Wade. And I just followed him and he made it to the league. I was like, oh, fuck with that.
Yeah. 25s and 50s.
He's somebody that I feel like would be crazy in high school.
What is that? As you Rockstar Mel? Yeah, it's Rockstar Mel with that fucking LA street talk. Yo, beloved, what's going on? He said, yo. Oh, maybe the link. I gotta send him the link. 1 second.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think sometimes y'all don't get them old guys enough props, man.
Yo, you know that's not me.
Nah, I know. I mean, I'm not.
I just think this cap that the league is the NBA is popular. It's
but
not.
I'm not. Yeah, but hold on, Rage. But I'm not singling nobody. Hold on, but I'm not singling nobody out. I'm just saying, just in general, like, you know, you got to remember, man, like how we got rock stars now. Yo, man, there was a lot of rock stars back then, man. A lot. Patrick Ewing was a rock star. Jordan, Barkley, like it was a lot, man. It wasn't how guys think it is. Like a lot of them dudes couldn't walk around either. You know what I'm saying? You had the Magics and all that type of stuff. So I just feel, of course, you know, today, you know, with more of the youth watching the game and emulating the game and social media, that plays a part. But to me, that just goes to show you how legendary and great those guys was back in them days, because they didn't even have all that. So imagine a Barkley with social media, shit like that. You know,
great point. That's a great point, oh boy.
Yeah, but every era has their superstars. Like it wasn't as many. It was like the 90s introduced the one superstar per team. The 80s they were all configured to one team. Now you fast forward, they're about to have a bunch of superstars from around the world with different teams. You know, for all 30 teams, it's gonna look like. So I just like look at it like a super group, like how you say like an NSYNC or the Backstreet Boys, or whatever. Once something gets so popular, even the dude in the background looks like he's 50 years old, doesn't belong on TV, doesn't belong with a boy group. They get super duper popular because they're attached to the whole, you know, the whole phenomenon. So I don't
right. And then dudes is coming super fans before they even get to the NBA now. Back then, you didn't have the internet to even see that.
Yeah, Mel, Mel made a great point that I gotta agree with. Like I said, with social media, some of these guys, like you said, they're famous. Like a prime example, PJ Tucker. Kids are run down on him because he's the sneaker guard. So a lot of these guys, they have a fan
2
base
points per game.
that has nothing to do with basketball. So with that point, Mel, you definitely make a great point. That, like you said, with social media and just the popularity today, that shit is out of control right now. So you definitely made a great point with that. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I'm just hoping Rage Man throws a monkey wrench in the game, but like, none of them are popular anyway. They all fucking
definitely more popular worldwide now, man. That's not even.
I said the
and that's
I never said nothing.
Hold on. Let me Hey, can I ask y'all a question? y'all opinion, who's the most popular basketball player of all time?
Oh, it's Jordan.
Yeah, that's easy.
Not even. It's a pretty significant gap.
That's a gap. Like ain't nobody like just like in entertainment, ain't nobody know damn Michael Jackson. That's a different level. People were fainting and shit. Different level. Muhammad Ali was a different level. It's just the sports star. To your point, AllBall, the superstars back then was everything. Like all the popularity went to them. Like they were the draw. You know what I'm saying?
Can I say something? Hey, hold on. Can I say something, Faye? You know some people will disagree with you because they said Kobe Bryant's fame overseas and in China is like no other.
And I laugh at them.
Well, there's some validity to that, but I don't think he's more popular worldwide than MJ.
Yeah, he ain't no Mike.
Like overall, in America included, like that's Kobe does get a ton of love in China, but in America, Jordan was way more popular than Kobe. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't realize how much less popular or how much less glorified Kobe was until I went out to school in the East Coast and the way they talked about him compared to us. We worshipped him, but like Jordan, it seems like everybody in America has this idea of like how amazing he was and his presence, and it was like almost like a god in ways. But I think MJ is up there with the most popular athletes in history of any sport, not just basketball. Like he's in there with Ali, Messi, Pele, those guys. He really is.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Well, I think. Do you think Tyson's more popular than Muhammad Ali?
No, I don't know.
Muhammad Ali is. Yeah, I would agree.
See, hey, but you know what y'all doing?
What
y'all doing is y'all getting two things mixed up. We're not talking about important. We talking about popularity. Mike Tyson was the most popular person on the planet Earth at one time.
That's what I
Yeah, Muhammad Ali was the most important. But remember, we talking popularity, y'all.
No, but that's the thing. Him and Pele, Muhammad Ali and Pele in football, soccer, it's a different level. And Mike Tyson, when you're the heavyweight champion of the world like that, especially back then, I don't know about now. The heavyweight champion don't mean the same thing, bro. When Mike Tyson, that early 90s, Mike Tyson, that shit went out with him. With the heavyweight champions, that was out like from Ali's, from Jack Johnson and them until Mike Tyson. That was like being Michael Jordan and them.
Oh, yo, no. Mike Tyson was a rock star. He was Floyd Mayweather before Floyd Mayweather, if you really want to put it in that.
Floyd ain't got nothing on Mike Tyson.
He was more popular than Ali, though?
No. Ali was different. They were saying like it was Muhammad Ali, Pele, and Jesus were the most popular people at one time. Yeah.
Even my dad, the way he talks about it from Iran, like Muhammad Ali's like everyone knows him, you know?
Yeah, and again, remember, you had 3 channels back then. So Ali's like, remember, Ali's like a wrestler, bro. He's out here talking shit. Nobody was doing what Muhammad Ali was doing. That was insane. And I remember that's not my time period, but you could just look at it. Look at
Ali was
all
a game.
the television
Ali
back
was
then.
rapping before people was rapping. Let's put it in that. He was saying lyrics before any rappers was saying lyrics.
Yeah, and it's not about importance, AllBall. Like a lot of people hated him. That was the thing about Ali they don't talk about. A lot of Ali was like, just like Floyd Mayweather and Tyson, they really took that from Ali, the whole like, the anti-hero thing. He was that guy. So people, if you talk to people like older people in your family, they'll tell you a lot of them didn't like Muhammad Ali. I don't care if you black or white. They didn't fuck with him. A lot of people, after he went and protested against the war and stuff like that, he became real polarizing. He was like, I want to say, well, what we think LeBron is, but even bigger because what he was doing was way more important, like you said. So it brought a different level of popularity and emotional attachment to it.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson is more popular than Jesus in China. Yeah, he might be.
Michael Jackson is one of them. Like, I remember exactly what I was doing when the nigga said Michael Jackson died. Like,
me 3.
See, but can there ever be another Michael Jackson again? I think that's AllBall's point. Like you got super duper. Right?
Are we talking just popularity or talent or both?
Both. It won't be never.
And you know what's crazy? The biopic is gonna even make his popularity even more.
I don't want to see no biopic.
I'm just saying, Michael Jackson.
How many biopics are they making? Like,
his nephew is playing. His nephew is playing him. I know.
That Joe. Their movie from when they were younger is a classic with Joe Jackson, but I think they could do it. I think they would. It's gonna be like the Truman. You ever seen the Truman Show, the movie?
Fab, how big?
Fab with Jim Carrey.
Fab.
Yeah.
This is for the elders. Fab, AllBall, Turbo.
how big. I mean, I kind of got an idea, but he really made me want to play basketball and love basketball was Magic Johnson. Like Magic Johnson was it for me. Like they endorsed his smile, the way he played on the court, the furs, had the celebrities at the game.
That's all for Dime and All Ball was pretty. I didn't. The first game I ever seen in my life was Magic versus Michael Jordan. So I didn't really. But the only reason why I watched it was because I was 8 years old and they kept talking about Michael Jordan. When I saw the game, this is how green I was to ball. I was like, I seen him walk into the locker room together, like side by side, and Magic was taller. I was like, how the fuck is he taller than Michael Jordan? He's the biggest, he's the best person in basketball. But I didn't know anything. I didn't realize how how big Magic was and what he meant. So I didn't really understand it. Even like that later on that year, he went on to that's when he said he had HIV and everything, but it still wasn't Mike. Like Mike was a different level.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what was the question? I mean, that's my goat probably.
Like
I
can't ask him because can't ask Dom Dropper because he wasn't alive back then, so he don't really count to me.
Nah, he always talks about like the people in LA. Go ahead, Dom. Like people in LA.
But you didn't experience it during the time. It's different. My thing is like when you're there and you're experiencing it, like it's different from me, your pops being able to tell you.
Well, what's your question?
Like I forgot Mel's in LA.
What's your question?
What was he like? Like when he was the biggest superstar? Like what was it like?
My uncle had season tickets to the Forum for 2 years, and he was the biggest,
crazy.
The biggest star in the city by a landslide. He could have ran for fucking mayor. I've heard that the day that he announced HIV, it was like someone died in the city. My parents tell me about it. Everyone remembers who they were. It was terrible. He was king. Like Showtime took over everything. And the Forum Club, after the game, apparently was like, you really have to know someone to get in.
Right.
And apparently, like, all the baddest bitches in LA would go. Like, it was crazy. And Magic and Bus were there with, like, 10 girls apiece. I remember one time my uncle told me that 10 days after he had announced he had HIV, he was still with, like, girls all over him. Like, dude, this guy, like, when he started opening up businesses in the hood, like, I didn't know how big of an impact that really was. But he was at the movie theater. There was a TGI Fridays that was like a club in Ladera. And like that was like a real like going like a happening place for people in that community. And like so Magic, I actually just asked, funny you asked this. I just asked this question to my followers on Twitter. And I said, I want people that only lived through Magic and Kobe and Shaq and Kareem to tell me who was the biggest star of all these Lakers in the city at the height of their prime, because I experienced Kobe's and he was like God, but nah, bro, they all said Magic by a lot because he was way more invested in the community, and obviously Showtime like was the biggest. So yeah, Magic
game changer. They were game changers.
Star in the history of our city. I think that's my opinion on that.
Yo, Dom, I gotta get going, so shut this down when you could.
Okay.
All right, fellas.
You gotta go pick up Julius.
Shut the fuck. What is wrong with you?
Well, that's a real question.
Yeah, but we won't say names on here. What's wrong with you?
You gotta go pick up your son.
Yes.
Wow.
Where's AllBall at? Is he still here?
Yeah, you on mute.
AllBall, you muted.
Damn, I forgot Turbo was there.
Yeah.
Hey, Dom, I have a question. How did you make that your logo, your little icon right there?
I don't know. It's a great question. I don't know how that's my. Oh, you're saying how did I make my actual logo for my show or for the StreamYard?
No, yeah, for the StreamYard.
I honestly don't have no idea. I just comes in and has my brand on there.
Mm.
But was AllBall's not here? How he walked away from the camera?
No, he's on mute for some reason.
Are you busy? I think he walked away from the camera.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Like most people that I know, I was like, yo, they was the way, and then seeing the stories on Magic, I'm like, yeah, he definitely could have ran for mayor of LA.
Yeah, legit.
For sure.
And now he's still involved, bro. Like he's partial owner of the dog.
Yeah.
Have you seen him before, Dom? Have you met him?
No, it's one of my dreams to meet Magic. I've never met him, but everybody that I've talked to that has met him says he's such a nice guy. Him and Shaq, everybody says they're the nicest guys. I want to meet him really badly. It's one of my goals in life for sure. Because he's my favorite player to watch. Like actually just watch games. He's so spectacular.
When he got drafted, they had like I think they had a special game at the Forum. Was it at the Forum? I think it was on that Lakers Hulu documentary. It was like a 10-part series. How they broke it.
Have you guys all seen that? That shit is awesome. That was the first documentary series that featured Kobe and Shaq's era. So it kind of felt weird. I felt old for once, like just watching a documentary on shit that I've lived through. But
Yeah.
Magic, I've seen Magic at Dodger Stadium, but like it's not the same, you know? Never met him or anything.
Yeah. But no, when they said he got drafted and they were having a summer league game, that shit sold out. So people knew that what Magic was going to bring to the table. I was like, shit.
He's like the LA's adopted son. Like he became he fit the like motto of our city and like everything that LA is. He fit it like a glove. He embraced the spotlight.
Yeah.
He's Showtime for sure.
He is Showtime. I always say this, man, and as no disrespect to Kobe, I think they're both the greatest Laker ever, tied. But if you want to talk about the most impactful Laker to me, it has to be Magic. He changed everything.
I know how you feel about Kobe, Dom, but I think Magic is singularly the greatest Laker because I said it before.
I'm not gonna push back on it. It's just that the only thing like Kobe has is the longevity.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, my main thing because before him, they was the Lakers.
Which is good.
Even before that, they was looked at as a losing franchise. I mean, you could say George Mikan, but nobody.
Well, they had one ring, but it was like they were a good franchise. They were not some great franchise.
Facts. He brought the winning culture to LA. So.
Yeah, he changed everything. I mean, Jerry Buss obviously should get a lot of credit for that too. But without Magic, Buss does not become the successful man that he is and a basketball owner to me.
That is a fact.
Winning. You have to have the winning. Michael Jackson is not pulling up courtside to see a losing team. That's not happening.
No. You got Jordan Jackson. You got him popping out in public. That's wild.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's wild.
What's AllBall saying?
I don't know. He probably gone. Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I agree. I always thought, to me, my personal opinion, Magic and Isaiah Thomas brought the popularity. They brought the street game to the All-Star game for sure.
The Pistons, definitely got to get credit for. They definitely brought some popularity to the league too.
There was also like this. I don't know. You probably remember Turbo. Magic used to host like a summer charity game when the Stars used to play at the Forum.
Yeah.
He really would put on.
It's on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying. He really would put on for the community. Like, man, I fuck with Magic. You know what I hate, bro? I hate some of the younger Laker fans. They who didn't get to watch Magic play. They're really biased towards Kobe, and like they just consider him like the singular greatest Laker of all time. And like they'll actually argue against them. But the main thing they always say is Magic said Kobe's the greatest Laker at his final game. I said, bro, on the Jimmy Kimmel show, Kobe literally said, if you ask him, Magic's the greatest. Like they're being nice. You think they're both humble as fuck in terms of that discussion. But I hate how like they kind of, because they didn't watch him, they kind of just want Kobe to be the GOAT of the Lakers and not really acknowledge Magic. And they'll be like, he traded away Zubats and quit as president. I'm like, bro, okay, he traded away a role-playing center. Like, bro, literally changed the whole franchise forever. Like, you probably wouldn't even be a Laker fan if it wasn't for him. Because like it's all second, people like what their parents like, and I bet you like the previous generation, Magic made all these people Laker fans. So like, it's so ridiculous to me, bro. Talking about Ivica Zubats. I love Ivica Zubats, but like, bro, we haven't won a chip. You feel me? That didn't do much because he made one bad trade. Like Magic Johnson. My uncle said it best, and he's like Fabian's age. He said, if Magic could be responsible for us going 0-82, and I wouldn't give a fuck. If anybody can make errors, it's him.
Yeah. See, nobody blames him. Thank goodness that there was no social media back then when he was a coach. Because oh my gosh, they would have roasted. He would have gotten roasted. Remember when he coached the Lakers for a good hot minute? Done.
My bad. Yes, I do. I mean,
he would have gotten. Imagine if he would have. He would have gotten roasted. maybe not as much. I don't think people would care. They were like, "Oh, you see, he can't even coach, and he's supposed to be one of the smartest players we ever seen." No, you would have had idiots. You would have had idiots being like that. But I think smart people would have gave him the benefit of the doubt, like that. It's just not his job. And Dr. Bus told him to do it. He didn't want to do it.
Do you guys think all-time greats make good coaches?
No. Just like they don't make good GMs. And it's weird. It's weird because you're like, damn, how do role players become better coaches than most superstars? But then my dad, may he rest in peace. He said, you know what? He said, you know why superstars don't become great coaches? Because they see the game a lot
From their
different. They would
perspective.
want their play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's exactly.
Yeah, the role players can relate to everybody. They've been the low man on the totem pole, so they can relate to everybody.
Yeah, and they be on the bench more. So
Besides Jason Kidd.
See, but Jason Kidd, every single second year, it seems to go wrong with him. You know what I mean?
The closest one that had 6 is Larry Bird because he got Indiana to the finals. That's it.
Are there any? I'm trying to think of other like the all-time great coaches are
Bill Russell.
Phil Jackson, role player.
You got Bill Russell.
What about
He was a
Bill?
player coach.
Yeah, player coach. That was a unique circumstance. What's his name? Kerr is a good coach. He was a role player.
Yeah.
Pat Riley was a role player.
Yeah.
Don
Nelson.
Yeah. Can't really count. Red Holtzman, Red Auerbach didn't play in the league.
No.
Phil Jackson was already said him. Pop didn't play in the league.
Yeah. Jerry West coached for a hot minute, but he didn't like it.
Do you
He didn't like it for that exact reason.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be like a great basketball coach in the NBA with no basketball experience?
What do you mean no basketball experience?
Or like playing basketball at all?
Yeah, Greg Popovich.
He didn't even play at the park?
Right.
Oh, nah. You gotta at least have played like youth sports to me. At bare minimum. And then youth sports and then been around the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you probably have to work your way up and stuff. Like, maybe start at AAU level or high school. Like, you know, that. Because I'm trying to think, bro. Like, Lawrence Frank was the coach of the
I
Eds.
never liked him. I don't know why.
You say?
So I never liked Lawrence Frank.
Lawrence Frank. But see, like, he didn't play. I don't think.
He was a film boy.
Yeah,
he was in the film room.
Like he just played at a youth level. He was just a bachelor's in education from Indiana, and he was a manager for the. Wow, that's an amazing story actually. He was a manager for the Hoosiers, for Bob Knight, and then he became an assistant coach for Marquette. Assistant coach for Marquette, and then Tennessee. Wow. So he worked his way up. I gotta get that. That's a great story though. For people that want to make it and didn't maybe even play even in college, bro. That's a pretty great story.
I gotta go, fellas. I'm gonna tap in later.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm
definitely gonna tap in later because I know game set. All right, 100.
All right, guys. Be easy.
Yes, sir.